And here we are, another best of 5 in the round of 16. Dave and I just said it, but we're wanting to see this go to 5 games. These players are so close.
Mhm.
Winchester in the red from Russia, Bohemians,
Yep.
and ACCM, the Mongols. Whoa, what a matchup.
Yeah, and two civs we don't really see that often on the opening map. I don't think I've seen Bohemians yet played on Nomad. And
True.
Mongols, I believe I've only seen that from Project Belgium that made it work really well against Tato.
Dave, can you zoom in on the relic next to ACCM's TC real quick?
Oh, that's going to be... There's a deer
It-
inside.
Just zoom in. This is a sign. This is a sign this game is going to be incredible.
And the deer is agreeing with you. Look, it's nodding. Oh, now it walks
he's
away.
left now. Okay. Wow.
But that relic is actually going to be kind of annoying because villagers are going to bump
It
off
will.
of that.
Yeah.
ACCM is going to have to go for a lumber camp sooner rather than later because there's only one tree directly touching the town center.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be frustrating for him, but I'm sure he'll make it work. He's found a dock position a little bit further south. Vinchester will have his dock up a little bit earlier in the north, and we have no ponds, no bays. It's just a straight up nugget of land here on this Nomad generation.
Yeah, lots of water too. And that's something players are going to have to figure out. I think they'll figure it out rather quickly. Bit of background on maybe why Vinchester's gone for the Bohemians. Game 1, Vinchester versus Dark, which was in the previous round.
Mm-hmm.
Dark went Bohemians, and he went Halb, Monk, Ufnitze against Vinchester's Persians. And that was the game that Winchester lost in that series. Now, Mongols is a completely different story, but we have actually seen Bohemians work in Game 1 before.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch any of that set, so glad that you filled me in on that one. Both players just kind of scouting around now with the cows. ACCM's got good vision on the shoreline to the south. He's probably going to continue with that cow and make his way around until he finds Vinchester's dock. Vinchester, in the meantime, has a lot of cows as well, so he's going to be scouting around the shoreline, and that is a priority for players. Once they find some extra boars they can take, immediately send the livestock to go find the dock from the enemy.
Yeah, and at least at this point, Winchester should know that he is docked pretty close to the edge and there's plenty of free water towards the south. So like that's if he doesn't see anything on this side, that's a sign to him that the fishing for ACCM is going to be better in the long term.
And he sees the landlocked too. That's really important.
Yeah, true.
And now on this map, there's usually, I think it's 100% guaranteed there's going to be a landlock, and it's only going to be on one side. It never extends all the way to the corner. So if you want a 100% dock spot on this, you should send your villagers towards the corner at the beginning. And now that he's eliminated the possibilities along the shoreline all the way to the edge and then all the way to the corner, he will know exactly where ACCM is docked.
You know what's so cool? When we would cast Nomad a few years ago, we'd be looking at maybe a 2 or 3 eco difference between players semi-frequently. Not all the time, but semi-frequently. Here you've got different civs, different bonuses all the time. There were some exceptions in the earlier rounds with civs like Persians and Malians, but it's just pretty even, regardless of all these different factors. So I've been loving that. Players have really gotten used to these settings, Dave. Despite the Nomad settings maybe not being their favorite, they wouldn't have requested it. They're making it look really good.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the improved map scripting, right? Like the boars just consistently being every so many tiles, there being a boar planted there, a group of deer, the cows or livestock or whatever it is being around as well. It just enables more consistent play on Nomad, and that's why we see the eco being so close in every single series. Winchester bringing in a second boar, ACCM bringing in a second boar now. He is Mongols though, so he should theoretically be up quicker. And look at the food count already for ACCM here. We're only 7.5 minutes into the game.
And now we saw Project Belgium have a crazy Mongols uptime and pressure against Tato, and that was the only game he won against Tato in his series. So we've seen examples of the Mongols dominating on regular Nomad. So I'm excited to see what ACCM will do here. He could always fight for that water in the south. He's scouted a lot, and he has not seen a dock.
He's found the dock
anywhere near him.
He's found the dock, I think, because his point of view goes over there. So he probably lost a cow to that dock villager, and he's actually not too far away from that with his home base too. So he could send a Vil over to dock that side. And I wonder if he gets Loom. Project Belgium did not get Loom. ACCM is looking for that second Dark Age building. And then he can click up. Oh, God, he didn't have the wood for it. Oh, that's going to delay him. That's going to be really annoying.
Classic problem with Mongols. I feel like even on Arabia, you just get so much food so quick. And then you're like, okay, let's go feudal age now. Oh, crap, I don't have my mill or I don't have my lumber camp.
Yep.
But dude, is he about to get boar number 5? I see him sending a vill.
I think that would be 4. I think that villager might be thinking about...
A house villager, maybe.
Yeah, a house or going for the dock. Yeah, he's going to go for the dock, I believe. Over by Vinchester's fish there. He knows that's there. Winchester knows about the dock from ACCM. Saw the house there. So both players will be up relatively early. Winchester still hasn't clicked up, though. This is screaming kind of an FC approach from Winchester if he's delaying even more than this.
Yeah. I mean, his position right now is if he tries to compete for water, he will probably be later to feudal than Mongols as the villagers find each other, just passing. Oh! Wait, what? That's Vinch's palisade.
I know, but ACCM can't wall in his villager now. He cannot wall it in. ACCM does not have Loom. He was going up early, Tristan. He can't get this dock down.
Nah, he can quick wall this. I have faith.
He's going to block with the cow?
Moo?
More like move.
Just delaying this is really good, right? Because it's just one dock for Vinch and it's on the other side.
Yep.
And what I was trying to say is I think that all Vinch wants is to keep his fish safe for a certain period of time. I don't think he actually wants to heavily commit to water. But he will add a dock in the south, which is almost a dock block, which is satisfying.
Yep. Almost.
As the villagers are chasing each other.
And now ACCM sends 2 more villagers to get that dock. And by the time he gets that up, Winchester's going to be in feudal age. ACCM needs like 2 docks over here. And even then, Winchester can just run his fish over in the other direction to that other dock that he's placed. And ACCM looks like he's about to lose this villager too that's still running away. Winchester has 2 chasing it now. Pretty good start for Winchester, to be honest.
Yeah, no real backup plan for ACCM. You know, maybe he could have gone for a barracks, started to pressure land. Not really doing that. I do love his fishing position, though. He hasn't had to flee with his fish at all, which I think does go a long way for his food income.
But it's only 4 boats. It's only 4 fishing ships.
True. Yeah, and Vinch has had 6, and Vinch is bringing in a boar, and Vinch is making his buildings. Vinch will still go up to Castle Age, Dave.
Yep. And now ACCM loses the Ville against the TC.
Wow. Brings in the boar. Look how much food. How did Winchester, who's against Mongols, end up with that many cows? He's got so many.
It's crazy. I think ACCM gave him 1, but other than that, the scouting was really good there from Winchester. And I wonder if the cow can tank fire damage. Winchester's trying to test that out a little bit. Trying to get that cow in between these 2 fire ships. And I think it did. It did tank some of it. And I think his fire galley is going to win because of it. Oh, they both go down.
Both go down. I love how the cow's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
No more roast beef for you. I'm out of here.
On the other side, Winchester is blocking the fire galley from ACCM with a fishing ship.
Wow, dude.
Oh,
what is
God.
this play? What is this nerdiness? And now ACCM realizes it. He probably clicked it away. Jeez, dude. These are some plays from Winchester.
So
amazing.
Good. And Vinch will be able to click up to Castle Age first. ACCM, though, resources not looking too bad. He did mill near the deer. So he's going to get some extra hunt in there. And he's going to mill on the other side near the deer, too. And, of course, he's had his fishing ships working this entire time. So his economy is going to look decent, but Winchester already on the way up to castle, and he's on stone with 6 vills. So thinking about a castle of his own.
There's no possibility for a cow block here now, so Vinch is getting a little desperate with his fish. I think this is where you start to see ACCM control the water.
Yep.
Vinch, I think, will still attempt, but when he clicked up to castle, he didn't have the gold for fire galleys. And so he gets pushed into this narrow choke point, but I'm just thinking more and more about Bohemians, their free mining upgrades, the fact that Vinch will likely drop a castle, and how strong we've seen any unique unit be on Nomad that costs wood and gold.
Well, Mongols have a pretty good one too, and they get a bonus against Bohemians' unique unit, so
true.
Maybe we can see Magadai from ACCM. He's not on stone yet, and He does have a safe stone in the back, so that's definitely a possibility. He's about to click up to the next stage, but once again, missing the second building. Okay, goes for the blacksmith now.
I love this from Vinchester. Just walking forward, dropping some outposts, just trying to see what's up. He will now know the TC's there. Well, no. Okay, she might die, actually. Okay, she's dead.
She's 100% dead, yeah.
You know what would have been so funny, though, is if he would have rushed a monastery down and researched fervor. Because that increases the speed of your vills with Bohemians.
Just to save one vill?
Just to save it, yeah. Just to be annoying. A lot of players wouldn't do that, but I could see Vinchester doing that.
Yep. And War Galley upgrade coming in immediately from him. He's only, oh man, he's only like 50 stone now away from a castle as he goes for Siege Workshop, Monastery, and he's going to have a castle.
Yeah. Where does he place the castle? I mean, placing it forward would be good.
I think you go forward. You have to. If you're already in Castle Age, your opponent isn't yet, and your opponent's on water, chances are they have no land military, right?
Yeah, here's fervor. I love it. And ACCM is on stone, but look at Vinch. He was able to save his fish in the north, Dave. So he's going to swing that back down to the south and now defend it. And I think he could even push back in the south as well.
Okay,
this is so good.
When you see this with your villager, if you're ACCM, you start dropping foundation. Yeah. Oh, the castle still goes down over there. ACCM will be able to reach Castle Age in time. But that castle will range his town center, so he needs to start thinking about options. He is on stone with 9 villagers, like you said. Sending a couple more over there, so he will have a castle of his own, but how do you counter this?
And can you get your castle down if the siege makes it? I think you need to immediately buy the stone. No question. Just buy the stone and drop it like right behind your TC, maybe.
It's going to be rough, right? Because even if you drop it behind your TC, I guess it protects the gold and the stone.
Save the cows, dude. Don't lose the cows. That's actually important. Don't lose the cows. Ah!
Well, one of them is collateral damage there.
He needs 4 stone, Dave. He didn't drop off all the stone. Oh, my God.
But the mangonel here from Winchester is a little bit exposed, and ACCM is going to be able to attack that with the vills. Okay, he decides not to. Winchester casually attack rounds the 1, kills it, and there's the castle from ACCM. And now ACCM looks like he's in a position to maybe lose water and lose his starting TC.
On the bright side, he didn't lose gold. And so if this castle goes up, I think he continues to bring in wood and continues to bring in gold. But it's obviously some massive negatives with the siege already having killed a few villagers. And, a few more.
Yeah, these ones are going down too. Oh, God, another one goes down. The castle's up now from ACCM. No fletching in yet, though, so the mangonel manages to escape. And his town center will die. He needs to get back on the stone, get another town center up somewhere safe. And start massing Magadai too. It's a lot to ask for, and defend on the water at the same time.
Yeah, he's stretched too thin right now. He kind of has to choose one or the other, and I think at this point, with only 4 fish, you kind of have to choose your land. So he'll try. He actually takes a really good fight here as Vinch pulls away. But man, just think about the Bohemian bonuses that Winchester has utilized. Cheaper blacksmith. He has the Castle Age mining techs now. He has fervor. And he's making all these units. So, I mean, this is amazing play from Vinch. And it seems like Bohemians is not a bad pick at all.
Yeah, and he's getting wheelbarrow, too. So his villagers are going to be super speedy. He's also getting Sanctity. So his villagers are going to have a little bit of extra HP as well. As this lonely Hussite wagon makes its way over to the left-hand side. He's seeing if ACCM has expanded yet. But he hasn't, of course. He doesn't even have the stone to make another town center. That cow is still there. I mean, I guess at this point it's kind of risky under the TC from
under
ACCM.
the TC. Yeah. It's sad that I didn't know which cow.
Yeah.
Because we've had multiple conversations about a cow, but ACCM holding on water, Dave, and now Vinch has to use a monk down towards the south.
Let's see how well the Mangadai do against Hussite. Actually, not very good. Thought they would do better than that. Holy.
It's not too bad, though, right? Because if you...
It's pretty bad.
Wagons have 200 HP. I mean, yeah, maybe it is bad. I don't know.
He lost 2 Mangadais, and he had 4 of them attacking that that Hussite wagon. Anyway, second castle for Winchester now in his base, so raiding potential from ACCM kind of stalled out a little bit. Water battle is still going on. Although Winchester has lost all but one of his fishing ships. And ACCM still has 7. And now ACCM goes for another town center over by the berries there. So he's held on throughout this.
Really well.
Yeah.
Really well. It definitely felt like once that castle went up, this is going to be tough for ACCM. But while it has been tough, he's still held on. And now he can counterattack, Dave. And Vinchester adding the TCs and dropping defensive castles, he doesn't actually have the resources to make the Hussite wagons. It's a lot of wood and a lot of gold right now. But he does take out a few fishing ships.
Yeah, losing his fishing ships there, and now the Mangadites are coming. Look at how fast those villagers are. Oh my god.
That has to be changed, man.
He doesn't even have a handcart yet. Or no, he does. He does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess if they have handcart,
they're so quick, man.
I feel like we just walked into a 256 tech mod or something, you know? Like 10 wheelbarrows have been researched.
And 55 HP on those things, too.
Wild.
Yep.
2 relics for Vinch, and it definitely feels like he will pull ahead with the eco if more damage isn't done by ACCM. And he's trying right now, but I think having lost about 4 or 5 fishing ships over the last few moments definitely hurts.
Mm-hmm. And does the ACCM see that castle from Vinchester? He does not, but he doesn't go into the gold. He's going to go over to that dock now, searching for villagers that are out of place, maybe searching for that monk, and the monk turns around now. It was hiding behind the wood line. ACCM will now discover the castle as he goes in towards that gold. Dekes away, doesn't take any damage. And helps his fire ship a little bit, maybe? No, he's just still running around with the Mangadi.
He's got a lot to worry about at home. He just took out a wagon. But Dave, I think the next, what we have to talk about next is where that castle goes for Vinch. He's got 15 on stone with 1,000 in the bank. So clearly he wants a castle, and it's probably going to be forward if the bulk of ACCM's Mangadi are in the back of Winchester's base.
Yeah, and he's still got those villagers mining stone forward too.
Yeah.
He doesn't see the town center from ACCM over on the left side. He does see the berries are being taken and the deer carcass. I don't know if he notices that at the moment, though. He's got good scouting all the way on the right, but can't see any of that stuff on the left. So he doesn't know how much expansion there is. But ACCM has found the village. They're too quick.
Has he lost one yet? Okay, he's going to lose one. Well, he has to run right back through the arrow fire. This is good damage for ACCM. And take the monks. Take the monks.
No, I don't think you can risk it. I think you need to get out of there, yeah.
He had to decide right away if he was going to go for them and decides against it.
Those vills are so fast. It looks comical, actually.
It doesn't seem like it should be real. Yeah,
no.
It doesn't feel like it's part of the game.
Holy.
As Winchester just sells all of his stone to buy
everything.
Food.
And ACCM loops back around to that town center. He's going to find the vills again.
Also, take out the foundation here, ACCM. You know there's only 3 monks because that's what you saw a moment ago. You've got 8 Mangadi now. You can continue running in, too.
Yep. Vinchester is up to Imperial Age. Now he comes in with the Mangadi. He takes out 1 monk, 2 monks. 2 conversions there for Vinchester. He'll probably get a 3rd here. No, he does not.
ACCM made a trade cog, by the way. It is on the left side. That must have been a misclick. That's a new strategy. Try and trade with the enemy.
He should use it.
He took out that dock in the south, so you actually get a lot of gold in return if you were to go to the other side.
The cow is still there, by the way.
Yeah, there's so many important cows here. What do you think about Vinch's choice here, Dave? Because he's probably going to fall a little bit behind in Vil count, but it will give him access to Trebs.
Yeah, I think taking out that castle from ACCM is really strong, and you can have a good Treb position under your own castle, right?
Yeah. Also, yeah, I take it back. These wagons are pretty freaking strong. Considering Mangadi are supposed to have a bonus against these things.
Yeah.
That's
seems really good.
Only having 2 units and holding is fine, and then you can repair.
From Winchester is in the middle of the open. I think he is
risky.
spotted. He knows about that TC because he can see the berries are being taken over there on the left. But, like, what if the Mangadi loop back around just like they're doing and find these vills maybe a little bit overconfident with the Usain Bolt villagers? And he's going to get
so strong.
They're so fast.
Like, this should not be a thing, man. This should not be a thing. But also, you have to question whether or not Winchester's playing with fire a little bit too much. Because, like, you got to have something more than just a few wagons and speedy villagers here, Vinch. And that's all he's going to arrive to the Imperial Age with.
And we're getting to a point now with Megadai numbers where, as ACCM goes up to Imp, if he wants to stall out the Treb attack,
yeah,
he's got enough where he could theoretically dive under and sacrifice a few of them and take out a Treb.
True. It will still need a lot of upgrades here, right? Like bloodlines, but I'd say the point you mentioned earlier is the biggest thing. The initial castle for ACCM will definitely get Treb down. That I'm sure of. But once you move your trebuchets out from underneath your castles, you don't have any army to protect them if you're Vinchester. So that's going to be the long-term concern.
That's such a nice spot. Look at where he's sitting with that Treb. He can get the Hussite wagons in front, so even if ACCM comes to snipe that, the Hussite wagons will tank some of that damage.
Feels crazy to me that Winchester is still ahead in Vills right now. Castle gets denied, though. 70%. ACCM moving around. His army movement has been insane in this game.
Yep.
And he still could deny this castle. There's nothing here to stop this. Winchester, you need more than just one wagon.
Oh my god, dude, he's still losing villagers even though they have the extra HP. He's trebbing the castle down from ACCM, but like all of the things that have let ACCM back into this game is just basically Winchester being greedy with castle or TC placements. He's lost so many villagers. Yeah.
Yeah. It could still work, but right here, man. Like he's hoping that wagon, I guess, is going to be enough, but it fires so slowly compared to the Mangadai.
92%. 93, 94, 95.
At 96%. This point, if you're ACCM, I feel like you can comfortably run away from this.
Yeah.
That way you don't lose more Mangadai. Just like leave. You know you did enough. Just don't want to lose it when the castle goes up. And wow.
Villager count, though, still in favor of Winchester. Somehow, some way right now. ACCM is now in Imperial Age. He's getting Bracer. He's getting Ballistics. Okay, with Bracer, how well will the Mangadai perform against the Hussite wagons? That's the question. They haven't been performing that great yet.
I think the second that Chemistry Bloodlines is in, these wagons will get shredded. That's what should happen. And you're kind of seeing, with your ability to micro them too if you're ACCM, that even in lower numbers, I think he should be able to take this out.
Well, he's not paying attention to the micro right now. Maybe busy on the other side. He's found the TC on the gold near his base from Winchester. Winchester is going for Chemistry right now. Wow. And the Hussite wagons will get cleared up. And now we're running into the problem that we both identified earlier for Winchester. Once that first castle from ACCM is down, the Trebs have no safe place to be until you get other military on the field. Bracer now, Illumination and Chemistry all coming in from Winchester. This is where it's going to stall out for the Bohemians. You need to get more army on the field, and it can't just be Hussite wagons. Not against Mangadai.
12 range monks. 12 range monks. There's not too many Mangadai yet. Those upgrades will matter on the monks. ACCM should now realize this, and good job. I think for now, ACCM just needs a little bit more food eco, and then maybe he could think about mixing in something like Hussar. But there are 8 monks, Dave. There's only 14 Mangadai, so conversion still could give Winchester a chance here.
He's got to be on the ball, though, because the Mangadai can come in and try and snipe the monks. Oh, ACCM is diving against this. He needs some luck with the conversion. Takes out 2 monks, 3 monks, 4 monks. Loses 3 Mangadai. All the monks are gone, and that's right as Winchester finishes his monk technologies.
Yeah, true. And he's just now getting Theocracy, which would have helped there, and it doesn't look great, and the Trebs are still going to deploy here, but I think that was the time that ACCM needed to take out the monks. He should be able to squeeze in there and take out those Trebs, but the wagons are still there. There's skirms now coming in. Skirms with Bracer, Dave. Actually, skirms with Bracer and Chemistry.
Yep.
It's not bad for Vinch at all.
No, it's not, especially with the wagons there. Especially with the wagons in front. Look, ACCM is confused. Like, who do I target? Do I go for the Trebs? He's going out with the villagers for the Trebs, and he's going to micro around with the Mangadai, and this seems like the correct play as Winchester says, okay, I'm going to pack up and go.
Oh, man. I wonder if, and maybe I'm being too critical, but do you think putting the Mangadai in a spread formation instead of clumping them up in a box would help against the wagons a little bit?
I don't think so, no.
Because it doesn't seem like they have the greatest accuracy, but those Vills are stranded. They're not happy about it. And actually, Vinch can convert a Vill and then use the Vill to repair the Treb.
Yep.
Yeah. So, oh God. Vinch is actually making this work.
Did you know that if you get converted to the Bohemian religion, you actually get faster.
Woo! They should get converted faster then
Yeah.
too, because I feel like most villagers would want to be a Usain Bolt Ville.
All right,
Wow,
Trex.
Dave, we questioned it a lot, but ACCM is out of space right now. He's on
Yeah.
the back foot. He doesn't have Mangadai. He doesn't have food to tech switch into anything else. And his Bohemian play is working.
I think it should tell you how strong this is, that even after losing like 12, 15 villagers,
Yep.
trying to go up for greedy TC or castle placements, Winchester is still dominating in this position.
I agree. Viper used Bohemians in the previous set, or used them well. Completely different situation at Vinchester with the micro. He'll take out that siege.
This is over.
This is over? Wow.
Yep. Crazy
from, like,
strong stuff.
The small moments in the early game with Vinch. He came to play today. Taking some risks, sure. But the fishing ship micro, the cow micro, and then somehow got the eco behind all this, Dave, to get all the skirm upgrades and the numbers and the trebs. And wow. I really felt like Winchester could have done it, but Mangadai's simply not strong enough.
Yeah, and the KD, even in ACCM's favor.
True.
I don't know, man. I think going in for that fight in Imperial Age when the Trebs were first deployed from ACCM, I think you don't go in there against the monks. He lost so many units. Or maybe, against the monks he was fine, but against like the Hussite wagons and the skirmishers, feels like he was tossing away Mangadai. If you can get something else in your composition and keep your Mangadai numbers up, you have a chance. But it's really, really rough when Winchester has this position, Trebs down your first castle, and then has what, 6 TCs behind it or 5 TCs?
Yeah, and I think, honestly, what we need to circle back to is that first castle spot for Vinch. I think the reasons ACCM didn't have time to mix in anything else is because he was completely stuck in this corner. And it's really hard, especially when you have to micro so much with the Mangadai, but when you don't have space to get more food and to expand your farms. He lost a TC, and he really had nowhere to go. So he was forced to take a fight that maybe wasn't ideal. And Winchester could do the opposite, of course. He could expand and work his way towards the winning comp.
And also the first dock villager. That probably had more of an impact than anything else.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a really fun game. I did not expect a game like that to start off this series.
No, that was great. Great stuff there from Vinchester. And ACCM loses his very first game in Wandering Warriors Cup.
Like he's finally found his match. Finally someone who can match his quality of play. Well, I'm excited to see these home maps because they are a bit different than the first 2 sets. I think the first 2 sets actually had the same exact home maps. But here we've got some other things mixed in.
I'm looking at Houseboat.
I
hope we get there.
When I say other things, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. ACCM has Compass, and he's got Grapple. Who's Chinese here? Ooh, Chinese. We talked a lot about how good Chinese is on Compass. So if I'm ACCM, granted he might have picked Italians for it, maybe I'd go for something like Grapple instead.
All right. Well, I am waiting here in the game, 10 seconds, and I'm ready to go. We have Grapple here for ACCM, and look at the civs here. We've got Berbers against Byzantines.
It reminds me of, I guess the set between Yo and Slam wasn't Berbers Byzantines. I think it was Berbers Italians.
It was Berbers Italians. Yeah, I couldn't remember what Civ Slam was earlier, but yeah, Yo was definitely Italians and Slam was Berbers. Okay.
All right, cool stuff. Well, 3, 2, 1, go. Game number 2, ACCM looking to recover. And I think it's fair to say that ACCM needs to win this because Vinch is so good that if Vinch goes up 2-0, I just don't ever see him losing a best of 5.
Yep. ACCM has a good Civ for it, though. Byzantines, we saw the power of them with Viper earlier today. He's looking for a woodline right now, and the way he's pathed, he could theoretically get the TC right next to the pawn, but no, he's going to put it near the gold. Jeez, it's taking a while.
He's place it over the tree.
There we go. Did you like that build from Backed earlier? The go on water, then just ignore it, go FC and pressure on land with Indians.
Okay.
That seemed really strong.
Forgive me. Let's see.
On
you mean where Capwatch was stuck in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good.
We've talked about it, right? Like, I'm I've said many times that I think that players have invested a bit too much for the water, but at the same time, every time I've seen someone be successful with giving up water, they're almost always Indians, you know?
Hmm.
So, yeah, it was a good play from Back. That was where I was thinking there's no way Capwatch has a chance in this series because Back played that so well and then eventually made it to the game 5. And oof, what a crazy series that was.
Man, ACCM is snagging all the cows here. He's got 3 in his transport. He's got another one exploring over there. I think he's going to find the house from Winchester, so he will know exactly where Winchester is set up. And Winchester is going way out on the ice for that dock, but it's going to be a good dock position. And he only makes the dock after the TC is up. Now, I had Nilly in here earlier. I think it was like Backed wasn't fishing or something, and Nilly was doing his standard like, that doesn't make sense. What is he doing? What? What is he doing? You know, on paper, it doesn't make sense, but I was trying to tell him that a lot of players have chosen to go for the TC first approach and then go back to the dock.
Well, in this case, I think it was slightly better for ACCM that he delayed the dock because, well, not really, but anyways, you can make an argument it's slightly better because he was later to placing his TC, which is, of course, something he doesn't know. The other thing about being patient with the dock on this map is it's very hard to find the docks that these players have found. There's 2 fish next to the dock, and you can maybe do that one other area on the entirety of the map.
Guys, I'm
So
dying.
you kind of give yourself a bit of time to scout it out with your transport.
Fucking
So
professor
it is behind for
strategy.
ACCM. He doesn't have the fishing ship yet. I think this is later than he would want, but still, there's quite a distance between them. And Byzantines have a lot of different ways to pressure in this game.
Oh, professor strategy.
What do you think about
Sorry,
Byzantines Berbers? Yeah, you got no worries.
Byzantines Berbers. I like Byzantines in basically every single map that they match up against. I feel like they can handle everything that the Berbers have coming at them. And especially on a water map like this, I think as long as you're competitive with your feudal time, you should be able to win water every single time with Byzantines.
You know what strat I'd really like with Berbers here? I'd like to see fast-ish feudal into galleys and simply snipe the fish from Byzantines. Because if you go into fires, you're probably fighting with a bit of a disadvantage.
Yep. Your galleys are faster,
just snipe
though,
the
right?
fish. True. Yeah, the galleys would be faster anyways. Yeah, just take care of the fish so they can't ultra fish boom, and then get a few villagers over to the shore fish. And I think both players could go for that, but I kind of like the idea of doing that with Berbers because there's a higher chance of success.
Let's check the scouting for both players. Wow, great scouting for ACCM and pretty good scouting for Winchester as well, as they're using those cows to move around. Winchester only with 2 cows left, and it looks like ACCM, well, he's scouting with 4 right now. He's getting really good vision.
Also, I love where he's placed his transport. He's just going to block that fish ever so slightly. And so if the fishing ships move over there, and they will, they'll just bump into it.
Let's look at the boar situation, though. ACCM has 1 under his TC. Does he see another one close? There's one to the north, but... Okay, he does spot that, so maybe he goes for that. Winchester... Does he have a boar within vision? I can't see one. So that's gonna
If
be
he
his
wants
last boar.
to... If his name was Bad Boy, he'd probably get the one in the southern corner. Because remember Bad Boy just bringing in boars halfway across the map?
I mean, Berbers, man. You can do it.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could do it with Loom. But on his way there, he would find another one, hopefully. And there's the lumber camp for Vinch. So I think Vinch is actually going to click up soon. And lumber camp for ACCM. Yeah, maybe similar build orders.
Yep, ACCM needs to drop off some food. Jeez, he doesn't have enough. Got some in his arms, but he doesn't have enough. He's going to go for Loom first. He's got a good fishing setup. And after Loom is done, he should be able to click up to Feudal Age. Winchester does already have Loom.
Really close.
And will he have enough food? I mean, his fishing ships are pretty far away. He's going to have to drop from that cow. Don't know if he'll have enough. He'll have to send the fishing ships back, I think.
Yeah,
Idle
this
is
is...
TC. Wow.
I mean, both players are going for a build order that we feel has high risk, high reward associated with it, right? Like if you both go for this type of play and you're prioritizing your eco to win water, and then you're delayed like that. It can make all the difference,
I like
especially against Byzantines.
the fact that both players, I think, are going to send their villagers to the center to dock. I think the center docks are a nice touch there. It's generally closer to the deep fish. On this map generation, not so much. I mean, in the north side, you see deep fish there, but the center also, if you add fish traps around the docks later in the center, it's less likely to be harassed by the land.
True.
So it's a bit safer if you gain ultimate water control.
I prefer Winchester's dock, though, because he's got actual fish there. ACCM is kind of going for an offensive in-your-face dock.
He is up to feudal age faster,
only 130 food there, yeah.
So it could help him out.
He'll probably go for a third dock if this is the build order they're going for, but just something to consider.
Winchester already going out to those shorefish. ACCM has not made his way out there yet. ACCM has a lot of wood in the bank. He needs to get this third dock up quickly. And he's actually going to be, I think he's going to be kicking himself a little bit on the timing here, as he only goes for 2 fire galleys when he could afford a third dock and a fire galley already.
On the bright side, it looks like he will get his third dock up, and it's galleys for Vinch. So this is fun because Vinch is he's prioritizing land food eco a bit more, and he's accepting that he's going to lose water, and he just wants to snipe the opponent's fish. I really like this.
He's got a villager forward, too. He transported it over there, and he's making a forward blacksmith. And I guess we just have to question, like, how well are the galleys going to work out? Are the fires going to get a good position on them? Fire's already harassing the fish from Winchester. He's shifting them around. He can't really defend his fish currently with just galleys. He's going to have to go and try and snipe the fishing ships from ACCM at this point.
He should be able, he doesn't have to sail around. He should be able to sail through, over the ice in the middle. I don't like going after the transport there. You're never going to get that. But actually, I mean, if he gets the transport, I just don't see the value, I guess. He still could run around and take the fish for ACCM.
His fish die extremely quickly. ACCM already on those with the fires. Winchester adding 2 more galleys. ACCM patrolling a galley, though, near his fishing ships, so he should be able to intercept those. Let's see what's being built here. A barracks forward from Winchester. Will it be an archery range after that? Probably archery range, right?
I think it's the most natural thing because you don't have that much food.
Yep.
Also, scouts can always get walled out, whereas archers cannot. But so far, it's been decent for ACCM in defense because he has not lost any fishing ships.
Yeah, he's doing a good job saving those. And he's doing a good job, like, running cover with his fire galleys in front of them.
Yeah. That said, there's only 30 food left on that fish. The next area I think ACCM will go to will be near the forward dock, and that's also 30 food. He's got, like, no food. And, okay, Vinch sees the fish now. He's going to get 1. He should get at least 2 here. And, man, are these things fast.
They're fast. They're quick. Winchester likes fast units. He's going to get another one, I think.
I just... Look at the commitment from ACCM, and I swear to God, I'm a broken record at this point. You can just record me saying this now and play it again the next time we see this, but the guy's got 10 fire galleys, and he's got 1 fishing ship working. It just doesn't... It doesn't seem like it's really worth committing like this.
If you're going to commit at little, though, you should commit the full way.
Well, I like Winchester's approach, though, right? Because he'll actually lose water, but he could, in theory, have a much faster castle age.
We'll see if it pans out that way. I mean, the food count is 200 difference. He's got 4 villagers on shorefish. Needs to send another 4. ACCM still with fishing ships alive, and he's making more. Now, let's see what he does about the archer pressure. He's already starting a wall here with his market, with a palisade. Winchester, though, with second archer on the way, and already has fletching. So we'll see what sort of damage he can do to ACCM's base. I like the way ACCM set up his base. And he has Byzantine, so he'll get advance warning with Town Watch.
True, yeah.
When this is coming. It doesn't seem like there's much potential. As long as he secures that left side, there's much potential for the archers to sneak in and do damage.
I know we talk a lot about sneaks, but after seeing sneak attempts, I think waiting for a lot of archers is actually a mistake when the other person's committing to water. Because the water player will always, typically wall, right? So I think it's 2 archers with fletching could do so much right now. And Vinch is really being patient. He's got enough where he could get through there And if he were to get through with that number, would do damage. But
Yo, Pupper,
lots of
thank you
taking
for the
here.
10 gifted. Thank you so much.
Also, can we talk about the outpost from ACCM that's
Yeah,
being attacked by
dude,
Vinch?
I've been looking at this the whole time when you were talking. He like walled him in there with an outpost, and with Byzantines, like he's gonna get so much vision on that. Look,
Yeah.
see everything.
That's so weird.
Yeah. All right,
Oh,
archers
Vinch,
are
don't
on their
attack
way
the
in.
market. Don't attack the market. Just click behind.
Does he do the pro player thing and assume it's fully walled here? No, he doesn't. He's gonna find all this stuff, and ACCM should be able to see this. It's whether he notices it in time. He gets that wall down, and the archers have to go around, and that's gonna give ACCM time to get some countermeasures ready. He's going for a tower there. Okay.
Ooh, I don't like it.
He's on the way up
It's
to
risky,
castle.
but maybe just a couple houses, and if anything, one stone wall.
Yeah.
That tower, I think, is actually really good for Vinch, because now ACCM won't be able to add a second TC.
I think the key here for ACCM, as Vinch goes for a demo raft now, is to not let Winchester back on the water.
Yeah.
Do you remember the game Backed versus Max, where Max went up, he gave up water early, and then he tried to
Demo
go for
on
turtle
fish.
ships?
Demo on fish?
It's not going to land. Lands on one,
Got
yeah.
one.
Byzantine fires.
Yes, I do remember
And
that game.
Back did such a good job of sniffing out every single extra dock that Max went for. I think Vinch or ACCM should do a similar thing here. Prioritize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I also like how ACCM has a stable, because he should have more consistent food income with the fish for now, which means 1 or 2 knights can just clear up these archers, and he can kind of expand a little bit again.
The tower has done its job. It's prevented any villagers from dying here. So Winchester is just going to be bashing his head against those palisade walls. He does, though, have double stable forward. And he's going to have crossbows to back up the...
Double
is it going to be
Whoa.
camels from him, or is it going to be knights from him?
Well, what's funny is ACCM thinks he can just make a knight to clear this up, and then he's good. And he can just probably boom. Like, I would not be surprised if he buys 100 stone here to just add a TC. But the second knights and camels come in, then it's like, we've got to do some other stuff.
What is
as
that
well.
monastery from ACCM in the back of Winchester's base? wait! Vinch is like walled around. He's just calmly gone around the walls with outposts. He can see everything. Dude, he can see everything.
So he's going to go monks forward because he doesn't think he's going to need monks at home. This is about to get really spicy.
Yeah, it is.
Because now Vinch is going 3 TCs. He doesn't have a clue that those buildings are there. And so both players are kind of blind to what the opponent's up to.
Yep. But ACCM will have knowledge that Winchester is going for 3 TC. So, and he's going to convert a villager forward, maybe give him another one for annoying his opponent. Yep, there's the second villager right there. Winchester will get a heads up that the monk siege push is on the way. He's going to have to deal with this. It's going to be really tough, though, for Vinch with no water eco, only on the shorefish in the back that are completely depleted now to keep up night pressure, crossbows, and then counter the monk siege as ACCM just goes right under the town center from
Yeah,
Winchester.
I was just going to say, you can tell these guys are a little distracted at the moment. I mean, holy, dude. Those vills are so important to this push for ACCM.
He needs to just get out of dodge. Look, he's dodging with the male villager, okay? Gets the female villager out, and he can heal her.
I can't wait. Like, the idle TC time for Winchester is going to be so high in this game. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm thinking like 25 minutes.
Something. I mean, he's got 1 on food now, Tristan. 1 on food.
And I think what I would normally want to do if I were him is I would want to send 5 vills to a pond in the north and just mill the shorefish.
Yeah, but there's outposts everywhere.
Yeah, he's doing it now, but exactly. He's got to think that he'll be noticed too.
Yep. Byzantines,
God.
man. Town Watch is so underrated.
Winchester's monks. Winchester's going to lose both of his monks. He wasn't paying attention. Oh, Vinch is in big trouble now, man.
Yep. And the knights can be easily countered by the camels. And the big problem here is just, where are you getting your resources? If you're Winchester, where are you getting the food? The idle TC time, dude, he's at 8 minutes now.
He can't make a vill. It's not even, he can't produce out of 2 of his TCs. He
Oh,
can't produce
no.
out of any of them.
Look at that mill he's going for. There's 2 shorefish in that pond. I mean, I guess it's more income than you have currently. ACCM goes for the second TC over to the right side of his base. Still chasing this knight with a camel. He'll be able to deal with that. And still pressuring on this side. The town center from Winchester going down. Vinch is going to have to get a castle somewhere and hope to defend. I mean, ideally you'd want it in front of that pond, but I don't know if that's a possibility. He's sending the barn. Oh my God.
I like it. They weren't working on food anyways, so it doesn't matter. And then send Vills from the right, TC, and just attack.
There's two mangonels now. There's two mangonels now, Tristan. There's two mangonels. ACCM is coming with camels. He's got more monks now, too. He kills his own monk with an attack round, but he doesn't care. It's all about denying this castle now.
The micro from Vinch is actually top-notch here, because he's micro with just Vills. Look at that.
Repair the mangonel.
Repair.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Wow. That was epic, man. That was actually epic. Winchester could have so easily lost the game, but it kind of keeps himself protected now.
Yeah.
Holy. Now, check this out. ACCM spotted the Vills running towards the north, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And so he's got, I don't know how she's there, but there's a villager
blocking
next to the
camel. Yeah, what is going on? She's literally, I don't think he tasked them together. I think she's literally blocking the camel.
I think she's like...
Or no, they're definitely tasked together. Look at the direction they're going. Weird.
Anyways, I assume the next logical move for ACCM would be to send the camels to the north. If he spotted it, he should look for this. But what a ridiculous game. And camel archers, Dave. Camel archers are really, really strong. So if there's ever a chance for Vinch, as he's able to take some food now, maybe this is the unit.
Yep. If you're ACCM, you could also go into a few war galleys here. You can range that gold, you can range that TC, and it's not too much of an investment to gain map control. There's a TC in the north now from Vinchester. ACCM passing right by those villagers. He sees everything but the mill.
Oh, man. Which is huge because there's plenty of shorefish in the north. And there's some gold there as well. And ACCM at the moment thinks that he's got this locked down. Though he does have a massive lead, of course.
Yep.
But back to kind of how this game is panned out. I just love how both players sought out in Castle Age to take map control. It was so good. The difference was that Winchester tried to go 3 TCs. And he didn't have any resources after that to be able to do anything with his forward push. So that's going to get all rammed down. Those buildings have been useless. And ACCM got more value from 2 buildings, the Forward Monastery and Siege Workshop, than Winchester did with like 4.
ACCM is still taking fish. Granted, it is shore fish. He's still taking that. So the eco boost from that, you can see it coming into play. Winchester with some good micro here. Taking out all the mangonels, trying to avoid getting converted.
Wow.
And I think he will. And he's got a decent amount of camel archers, but ACCM is just kind of tightening the noose right here. It's building more up on this side. Harder for Winchester to expand. Gets 1 camel archer. Loses all the monks, but camel archer numbers once again falling for our boy from Russia.
And we've seen a lot of instances where on this map, if you have the type of map control ACCM has, and fewer villagers, you give yourself a chance. But if the player who has a 20 vill lead, and it's actually 30 now at this point, has this much control, it's just like every unit that Winchester loses hurts so much. And I'm with you. ACCM recognizes he just needs to hold this position. He's not investing into too many upgrades or too many units, but just enough.
He'll get a castle down soon, and then should be able to go up to Imperial. And that should be the death blow. Love to see villagers coming forward for that castle, though, already. Don't really want to stall that out. And he's got plenty on the left there, taken from shorefish with so many. Oh, my goodness. 12 on those shorefish alone. Should be able to send him forward and get a good position with the mangonels and fire galleys and camels and monks to support.
I kind of like the idea of a northern castle, too. He's going to go for the one in the south now, but you kind of control this area already in the south. So getting a castle in the north would be good, too. But I'm just... If there's ever a chance for Vinch, it is because he has snuck to the north. I think that's his only win condition, is having some safe eco when the trebs start coming in.
Yeah, and ACCM looking to go up to Imperial Age. Winchester looking to buy enough resources to get Bodkin Arrow. God. This is so rough for him, yeah.
He tries to fight with Bodkin, and the siege fires, no bloodlines, big shots, conversions, camel bonus damage. Ugh. I mean, he feels that like he has to stop that castle. He knows with that castle comes the Imperial Age for the opponent.
Even splits away from the mangonel shots, takes out the monks, but there's just too much there. There's too much there. You cannot deny the castle. ACCM is at 350 stone already after placing that first one, so he could get a second one down soon, and he's on the way up to the Imperial Age. There is absolutely nothing Winchester can do against this unless ACCM really takes his time and completely ignores that stuff in the northern corner for a very long time.
Look at Winchester's idle TC time. Winchester, please resign in just a second. I said 25 minutes, right? Come on, Vinch. It's over, buddy. Right now. Oh, okay.
Nope. You got to wait a minute and 50 seconds for him to resign.
Yeah. Seems like it. Definitely seems like it. And wow, what a response from ACCM, you know? Like, there were some things we questioned in game one. Ultimately, Winchester just had a really good strat. But ACCM coming to play here. Defended pretty well from the galley opening. Had a better build order, I think, too. And then in Castle Age has been lights out.
I love that both players dock that middle area as Winchester is micring against the camels. So get a good fight there, but ACCM couldn't really care less about those camels at this point. I like how both players sent the villagers to dock the middle and then immediately sent the villagers in the transport ship to the back of their opponent's base.
Yeah, it's so funny. They did the same thing. It was just that one player had a bit more eco to back it up. And also remember, Finch was trying to go knights and camels, which cost food, which he didn't have. And ACCM was just going wood gold with Monk Siege.
Yep. Great.
That would have been insane. If both players went Monk Siege at the other's base. Nuts.
Man, ACCM is one tile away from being able to see that castle. Okay, he gets the imp and he can see the castle suddenly. The castle in the north is revealed as soon as he gets to Imperial Age.
Yeah, but I think surely Vinchester, I mean, he is well within his rights
to clicks up
to fight. As he clicks up to imp, okay.
He has 78 villagers, somehow.
Yeah, somehow is the correct word. But Dave, it's like, he's gonna lose his castle at home.
Yeah, you can't defend
that. His TC
that.
behind that is the imp TC. The other one's on fire.
Well,
so it's like...
the TC in the north!
Yeah, I guess at this point, like, you're probably already dead, so you don't stress over which TC you go imp in. I like the heavy camel opening here. There are weaknesses to the heavy camels of Byzantines. You know, they don't get bloodlines, they don't get the final attack. But that's not what this game is. This game is purely down to eco and numbers. And so if you want to field as many units as possible, going for the camels here makes perfect sense.
Yep. And take out that castle is just a given at this point. He's even unloading the trebs on the front. He feels really comfortable about it. Heavy camel is in 1 second, and Winchester is not going to like to see that. He goes for stables of his own. Camel archer numbers really struggling here. Winchester's going to try and get all his cavalry techs for his own camels, but ACCM, I think, has finally noticed the castle in the north, and he's going for a castle of his own. He's going to send heavy camels up there. He's going to clear up all that stuff, too.
No, I think maybe the Tato set last weekend was a good example of it. This is a good example of it. Map control, map control, map control.
Yep.
Take the map control, then you can add that eco. And what a great response from ACCM.
Honestly, I think the best example of it, as we saw a really good one here, is probably Slam versus Yo. Like, Slam was behind an eco, right? And he had positions on both sides of Yo's base, similar to what ACCM had here. And you just squeeze them into a corner, and you will find your opportunities. And the opportunity came in that desperation castle that Winchester tried to build. And the fact that he had no food eco to support the double stable forward. It was really ambitious, but nothing to support it.
Yeah. Also, credit to ACCM for using the Byzantine bonus of Town Watch.
Yep.
He was outposting below
everywhere.
The main TC for Vinch and above. Yeah, so he really got to think about where to place his buildings. Of course, he lost a villager to find out where the sneak buildings were for Vinch, but he still figured that out. And then when Winchester found out that the push was coming in, he had already committed and overcommitted the 3 TCs. And the rest was history. But man, that was still a really good game. Both games have been solid. It definitely feels like this is just going to be a back and forth series.
It's going to be one of those series, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, both players probably at their best they've ever been in terms of like rankings relative to other players, both within the top 10 in my opinion. And just a really, really good matchup here, and both good on weird maps as well, which we have in this map pool abundantly.
Yeah. And I think both players have gotten to where they are due to preparation and practice. And I think that that is something that some players have been punished with, because you can't come into Wandering Warriors Cup and just like know everything right
Yeah.
away. It takes some time.
So loss for the Berbers, win for the Byzantines. And we go into game number 3, which is Vinchester's home map now. And we look at his home maps, and I'm excited for either one of these. Houseboat or Golden Hill should be good. I thought Bohemians might be his pick on Golden Hill, but he obviously picked those game 1, so I'm interested to see what he goes for. Maybe Koreans. I was thinking the other day, watching that set Winchester against Hera, that Koreans are actually an underrated Golden Hill civ. Just because of the villager line of sight on scouting, Hera couldn't find a boar forever, or any food or anything. Like, he was wandering around all over the place, couldn't find anything. And I think Koreans could match up really well against anybody on that map.
Turks as well. I think Turks are actually really good there too. But you bring up good things to talk about, Dave. We'll get to our 10-second mark and continue. And it looks like it will be. Yes, it's Golden Hill. Let's go. I'm pumped.
Golden Hill, I'm going to get to 10 seconds. And I think Vinchester has the same idea as me. I take credit for this, 100%.
You take credit for this. Okay. Koreans. Are you good to go?
I'm good to go. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, game 3. So, Dave, talk to me about the idea, the Korean strategy.
Well, you can just go onto his line of sight right now, and you can see how much vision he has. Mm-hmm. Now, he can find a good spot for the TC. You would find that with other civs, for sure. And then he's going to likely go to the corner there and dock, so he has a higher chance of getting good fish. And as you're wandering around with these villas, it's just so much easier to find res. And if you don't find res, if you don't find boars or sheep, your start is going to be so much worse. So I think it's just a consistency issue with getting Koreans, right? And also, you have the option to make turtle ships in Castle Age, which would be really strong in these confined quarters. And your villagers mine stone faster, and you have a good unique unit. So if you get a castle in the middle, you're looking pretty decent. And you can go for strong guard towers or keeps along the shorelines later on in the game.
And you get the armor upgrades for free on a map where you might not have a lot of resources.
And it's extreme content. Koreans in a tournament game.
And their ships also are discounted.
I can't one up that one. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was like I was trying to get ahead of you in my mind on all the ands, and that's all I had. I guess I would have gone to the unique tech, and I forget the name of it. But anyways, as we continue on, we should probably talk about Japanese. And I think this civ is a little more established as a versatile civ in this tourney. And Japanese have cheap lumber camps, cheap mills, which is huge in instances where you need to make those, especially when there's shorefish and deer and berries everywhere.
Yep.
But also their fishing ships are really strong. So as you see the dock for ACCM, again, a little later than Winchester, just like he did in the previous game, they'll both be fishing. And that's like a lot of the maps we have here, kind of what we talk about in the feudal age. But like, Dave, did you get up? Did you end up watching the Leary song?
No, I didn't actually.
At all?
No.
Okay. So everything you mentioned with Koreans is legitimately strong. Like, this map is all about getting good value from very little units. So 1 or 2 turtle ships can control the seas. A guard tower or 2 on the front can control the middle. And castle drops and whatnot can be strong too. So I'm with you. I actually think Koreans are perfect here. And the best thing about them is they're probably not very well suited for other maps.
Yep.
So it's not like you have to pick them too early in your draft.
Yeah, and we see both players just kind of scouting with villagers. It's a must on this map. The pigs are pretty rare, or the sheep or whatever. There is a sheep inside of Relic, by the way, on ACCM side of the map. They are pretty rare, so it's it's tough to scout everything, and having this extra line of sight with Koreans is so valuable. ACCM, or sorry, Vinchester forced to get loom here. Didn't quite have enough food. He is only bringing in food from 2 berry villagers, 2 fishing ships now, and a villager on shorefish. So he's going to have to find something soon. He's getting awfully close to this boar. Both of these boars back here.
A good example of the line of sight bonus is ACCM just waltzed right by a boar, but he didn't see it because he's not Koreans.
Yep.
That said, okay, Winchester saw one boar. It walked into
good.
his line of sight.
Good. And he's got loom, so he'll be able to bring this back. Yeah, the Hera Vinchester show match, at one point Hera had 3 villagers scouting. He couldn't find anything. And I can just imagine, I wasn't watching his stream, but I can imagine he was just fuming at not being able to find anything. But you have to go for consistent picks, right? And that's what Koreans are on this map.
Yeah, I think some players just will never want to pick a Civ for line of sight bonus.
Yeah.
It's just so against what some high-level players feel. And like on Nomad, line of sight, we've seen it in the Duity set. We've seen it in the Tato set. Like, scouting and vision and everything
Okay,
is so
ACCM found one. Finally, he found one. He had 2 villagers scouting. He found the boar, and he's going to bring it in, folks. Idle TC time, still a little bit more for Vinchester, so ACCM has managed to keep his TC running amid all these food shortages. But he's going to get the boar in a little bit later.
Yeah, the thing about ACCM is that he was just late with the dock. He's on 2 fishing ships, and he hasn't made his 3rd fish yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Vinchester has 5 fishing ships on his way to 6. So something went wrong there for ACCM.
Well, speaking of consistency and food generation, I guess with Japanese, ACCM could theoretically go forward with a mill and costing only 50 wood can mill the shorefish and the deer there and get some consistent food as well, right?
Again, it's like, how nitpicky are you going to be? Because some players are going to say, I refuse to spend that wood and walk my villagers over there. But you've got the options. I mean, a mill on the 2 shorefish and the deer would be perfect. So I think if they're not placing any mills with Japanese at this point, it's probably due to the fact that ACCM wants to try and compete for water. And again, I'm going to circle back to galley opening. I'm liking galley opening on this map more than I like fire galleys.
Mm-hmm. ACCM, he must have got his TC up considerably faster. I guess he had 3 villagers building it right away instead of making that dock.
Yeah, he did.
And that's why he's ahead by at least a villager on Vinchester right now. Both players getting loom. So you were talking about the late dock, but I guess he's 1 villager ahead, technically.
Yeah, that's true. TC's up faster, dock a bit delayed.
Nice little palisade wall there from Vinchester to bring in this boar in the little gap there. And he's going to get it under his TC. It goes to gold right away, so he's thinking about the water battle in Feudal Age. And I think with 3 on gold, this might be a galley play from him.
I really like galleys here. I feel like, I guess it's similar to some of the other maps, but you've got a nice little choke. I guess what's different here, though, is that it's not going to be as easy to just snipe the fish and give up water. I think if you go galleys here, you're not going to be able to make it past the opponent, most likely, as ACCM scouting with the fishing ship right now.
Scouting with the fish. Let's see what he can spot. Yeah, he should know that Vinchester docked in the corner. A lot of players have been docking the corner. There we go. Gonna spot the fish. Can he spot the second dock here? He's going for a forward one. So he's definitely considering going into fire galleys here, I think. And he's got 4 on gold, yeah.
Something I think that's underrated that I'd like to see more and more is just a villager in mid-feudal making outposts in the middle. And oh my god, Vinch is walking across the map. Maybe he'll tower or something, but
yeah, maybe.
I just like that idea. It just gives you line of sight and gives you an idea of what they're doing, if they're doing anything. This reminds me of the Leary song set. We actually had both players come to the middle. Both players take a little bit of stone, try and get some towers up just to hold position. And here comes ACCM, dude. This is so good.
Yep.
I like it.
ACCM is probably going to go for that outpost. In the middle there, there you go. And that will reveal the villagers from Vinchester taking the stone there. ACCM also going for fire galleys here and a demolition raft right away. Whereas Winchester is going to go into the galley opening, and Winchester making a tower just in the center of the middle.
Okay.
Well, in the center of the middle, I mean, that's kind of redundant.
The middle of the middle.
The middle of the middle.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he knows the Ville's there. He's going to bring a few more. He is sailing his fishing ships to the other side, though, so I see this as a negative, as Winchester has looped the majority of his fish to his forward dock. So at least if fishing, it's better for ACCM at the moment.
He's still got that. I love the fact he keeps that demo in that dock. So if he knows his opponent's going galleys, he can keep it in that corner dock and wait for them to go around in a group and then pop it out. Or he just pops it out now. Boom.
Oh my god, that was a huge demo, Dave. That's as good as it gets right there against galleys. Oh, man, and here come so much for the galleys not finding the fish.
Yep.
Winchester's looped the whole way around like he's Berbers in game 3. And he'll actually find the fish.
And ACCM is not really clearing up the fish from Winchester. Okay, now he starts working on it. In the middle here, ACCM now coming forward with a tower. Tristan. Winchester, though, has enough stone for another one. The galleys are trying to be cleared up. The Japanese fishing ships are tanking damage like crazy, but they still go down to galleys. Fishing ships from Winchester going down.
Oh, man, that fire towards the south right now. If ACCM could just find those fishing ships.
Yep.
But okay, really Winchester's going to rush this down. We've got no military to support it in the middle, so it just gets messy, and they have to micro elsewhere. And it looks like ACCM is out microing on water. Really good pullback to repair here.
Yep.
Might not get the repair, but more villagers coming to the middle of both players really want access.
ACCM has been through this before, okay? He knows how to respond to villagers rushing down towers, and that is simply send more of your own villagers to fight with, and that's exactly what he did. He's got 5 garrison there, 2 more on this side. Goes for a mining camp so he can collect some stone of his own. While they're fighting on water, they're both struggling over land control in the middle there. Really, really close game, except for the fact that Winchester has kept more of his fish alive.
Yeah, he also... Maybe it was calculated. Remember, he made more fish at the start, too. So he made more fish. He hasn't lost as many, but yeah, I think that's going to end soon. Look at this giant force coming in for ACCM.
And another dock from ACCM. What is that? Dock number 4? Dock number 5? Dock number 4. Who just lost Bills there?
Explosion. Boom. Yeah, say goodbye to your fish.
Yep. Someone lost villagers in the middle there. I just heard Vills dying. I think Vinch might have lost a repair villager. Yeah.
Well, they both could have, actually, because I think there were 5 in the tower for a bit. For both of them.
Yeah.
I think a big mistake for ACCM is not taking stone at home. Like, there is stone at home, and he's hoping to get stone for the next tower in the middle.
Yeah, they just send more Vills, bro.
Like, but seriously, Dave, like, if he... I guess it's the same thing for Winchester. Both players won't be able to make more towers.
Yep.
And in a repair war... Actually, Winchester runs out of stone to repair as I say that. Oh, God, this is insane,
ACCM losing another villager repairing his tower. He lost another one repairing the tower. I think he lost one previously. The outpost is still there, so I guess ACCM could delete that outpost and get in, but he just gets in with the villagers anyway, and he loses another one. Why? And I think he's going to lose one more. No, he hops in the tower and saves him. He's going to have to leave. He loses another Vill.
Don't, like... The thing, these 2 towers obviously are dangerous in the long term, but just take... he's freaking out now, Dave. He runs home. He's going to make a mill on the shorefish. Take some stone at home, man. Tell me, has he scouted that? He's scouted that. I have to disagree with those decisions there.
Yeah.
Race to the market, though, Dave. Market should be coming up for someone soon because ACCM needs to buy food. First to Castle Age can make all the difference, especially when Koreans get guard tower for free in Castle.
He needs to go for market right now. He's got 700 gold. Like, immediately.
Vinch has made his market.
Oh, man. Don't go for that demo ship, ACCM. Make a market instead. Winchester is going to complete his, and Winchester is going to get the better prices here. ACCM really needs that. Come on, man. Where is it?
Barracks, which is a little out of place at the moment.
And
this tells viewers how bad we macro at times because we know exactly what.
Oh! Bring the villagers towards your demo ship. Okay, demo raft just hits the fires.
I don't even know where the demo is. Yeah, there we go.
Nope, goes right past the fires. Demo
Turn
raft
around
is
demo.
on the run.
Boom.
Unintentional big demo shot, yeah.
Market very
Stable
late
in the
for
middle.
ACCM.
Stable in the middle from ACCM.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't understand how he's still here, but he is. He's gonna pull
Vinch
the Vils to the fires.
Oh god, Vinch sees it, Dave. If I'm Winchester though, I assume that I'm later to Castle Age because the stable right now would make me feel like knights are gonna come. You know, so he might freak out. He might wall up. He's walling up his base now. Maybe some more towers too.
Yeah, he assumes. He definitely assumes ACCM is up, but ACCM has not used the market yet.
Oh my god,
He's just now making a
bad.
market. He's just now making a market.
I mean, the clearest example is the stable, right? The stable's 175 wood. If he would have marketed, he would be in Castle Age at the same time. This is like such a big misplay. He would have been fine, dude. He'd still have water control. But now you've got Vinch in the middle, mining stone. He could just wait it out and probably drop a castle.
Yeah, I guess from ACCM's perspective, you want to kind of take water control 100% because if the Koreans ever have free docks and it's still contested, they just win, right?
Yeah,
they just win.
Along those lines, I think he needs to take out the dock near the shoreline. He's going to go for it now. Take that dock out.
Yep.
And maybe try and pressure the ones on the right. But it feels like it's going to be tough to take it all out of the picture right now.
Damn, dude. Great play from Winchester here.
Seriously.
And ACCM, I mean, good play from ACCM, too, to still be contesting water while doing all that stuff in the middle, but it just, the timings were a bit off on that. And now Winchester is going to win against those fire galleys. He immediately gets the war galley upgrade. That'll upgrade him to fire ships. He has enough for a castle, war galley, and a castle. And suddenly these forward buildings from ACCM look pretty foolish on the middle.
Yeah, and they both kind of played this to control the middle in Castle Age. And now if you're ACCM, you've got to think long term.
I think
and
ACCM,
there are options.
I think a decent play would make a transport ship and get a few knights on Winchester's base. I think that might be okay. Because look, like the eco's always going to be spread out. And you're looking for things to annoy, distract, and do as much damage as possible. And I think just even a couple unupgraded knights would be good.
No, you're spot on there, Dave. Because right now, Vinch is thinking, I control everything. I have the middle, I have the water, but if there would be a forward stable or the knights transported, which I think is unrealistic now because of the bad timing. But yeah, sneak villagers, oftentimes the way to hit someone when they're camping the middle. And it's kind of too late now, I think, because the fires are looping in on the south side. That should be dealt with. Granted, no good micro there for Vinch yet as the turtle ship number 1's come out. War wagons are on the way. This is what you were talking about, Dave.
Yep. Strong units. Just strong, unique units from the Koreans. And if they can hold the position on the middle with all that stone, with all that gold, doesn't matter if they're being outboomed against, right?
Yep.
And it's not even. Like, the eco is really similar here.
I think the best play for Winchester, and it seems a little crazy because he's got so much control, but never add a second TC. I think that if you just one TC fast imp this and keep the opponent from transporting you, that's the key. You just make wagons.
Oh, demo ship against wagons?
Okay.
Okay. Well,
2 horses died. It was 1 unit, but 2 horses died. So
I mean, that's something.
That's exciting.
Padding the stats.
I guess the same for ACCM. Maybe fast imp, treb next to the shoreline, and push the mid. But it just seems like both players, as I say this, I'm realizing both players have very little food. So,
well, ACCM's res doesn't look terrible. Winchester's using all of his.
Yeah.
As he adds another turtle ship there. But the castle into fast imp trebuchet is a possibility for ACCM with that food count and gold count. It's just whether he'll be able to keep the trebs alive and get a good enough position. Because turtle ships will be able to snipe those.
Yeah, true. I really like the idea of maybe even a forward guard tower near the shoreline. Like a guard tower near where the crossing is going into ACCM's base.
Ooh, surround on the turtle ships. These are expensive units.
This reminds me of game number 1, where we looked at ACCM's position and we were like, this isn't so good. He's got castle. And then he just hangs in there. And yeah, the turtles go down.
Yeah, that's a big investment. Town
How much
center
do
in
they
the middle.
cost again?
Do you like the town center in the middle, Tristan?
I do if he has a lot on gold and uses the market. I think stone is not important right now. Oh, also, holy demo for ACCM. He's got 3 of them. But yeah, I do like it if you just buy food. Buy food, go imp, and then I think the TC's fine. I don't like the TC at home, though. I think he's going to overboom here. I think he's going to create so many vills where he doesn't have the food income to ever go imp, and that could be ACCM's chance to get back into it.
ACCM actually adding another dock over to the left side. He's got 9 villagers queued, Tristan. So we're thinking he doesn't have the food he needs. Look, he unqueues the villagers, and suddenly he's up to 600 food, and he's got enough stone for a castle. ACCM could be in a position to push this middle back if he holds water control here.
And what should naturally happen is Winchester is going to gain the Vill lead because he'll have multiple TCs producing, but he will be stuck in castle, which is the perfect position for any map like Gold Rush or Golden Pit. If you want an entertaining game, this is what you want. One person going all in imp and the other person staying in castle.
Yep. ACCM actually housed because Winchester was killing his houses on the middle.
Ooh.
Badly housed, too.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, he's making
He's idling his TC, so he can go up to Imperial Age, I guess.
Yeah, it works out. Now, where will the Trebs have to sit? I feel like the Trebs have to sit kind of on that marsh in imp.
Yeah, that's why you need the water control, right?
Yep. Vinch is not going to like that castle. I think Vinch is going to kind of panic here and maybe even sell all of his stone.
He can't balance his way up to imp.
Yeah.
It's going to be really tough. Come on, ACCM. Why aren't you clicking up?
Oh, he doesn't have the food yet. Doesn't have the food. Now he's got the food. Okay.
Now he
Click
goes
up?
for a monastery. Okay, clicks up.
I like
In that one
monks here.
TC.
Yeah.
The plan from Vinchester is to make a transport ship, make enough petards, and snipe that.
Great call
Of
from
course he
Vinch, though.
can't.
You have to expect the opponents up to imp.
Yeah.
You currently are mining golden stone in the middle, so you can sell some of that stone, but I would personally sell all of it. You need to click up, get rid of it all. Yeah, get rid of it. And now we have ourselves a much closer game than if we would have seen Vinch stay in castle.
Look at ACCM. He's adding more demos. He's adding more ships, and he's kind of like patrolling the marshland on the other side. And I think he's going to use them to protect his trebs.
Yeah.
Coming forward on this side, but he's going to be firing uphill against a player who has wagons, monks, and the threat of going turtle ships.
This is wild, man. Low eco for both of them. I love this though.
Scout for
Vinch. But the
ACCM?
scout comes out.
Nice. Perfect.
No way, dude. What a play of the game there, and also the conversion came in on a weak ship too. Wow, dude, that was huge. 3 monks went down because of 1 scout.
You add more keeps here forward if you're Winchester.
Well, he just added 1.
Yep.
I like it, but I won't like it if he doesn't have the stone to repair, Dave. And I think repairing will be something he's forced to do. So it still will be extremely awkward for ACCM.
He's Koreans. He's got a TC forward there. I think he can allocate enough villagers. ACCM going for the demo shot. He doesn't get it. Oh, my God.
Okay, good, because I was not watching.
Oh, man. Against wagons, dude. That would have been sick. Another TC for Winchester in the back, by the way.
Yeah, so Vinch still has plenty of gold left at home, and he's had golden stone in the middle. ACCM is going for the most expensive unit he could make, and he doesn't have long-term access to gold. He's got like 600 gold remaining.
And he's going into monk techs.
He's going triple monastery. So
it's all or nothing here.
Work,
yeah.
In an ideal world, if you're ACCM, you somehow win this Treb war, you take out the castle and a tower, and then you just rush in the middle with like 20 vills and drop your own castle.
Yep.
That's in an ideal world, but I think that Vinch is going to put up a pretty big fight here.
Man, has ACCM ever used that Japanese bonus? Look at the amount of mills on his home island. Oh my goodness.
True.
They're everywhere, dude.
8. Yeah, 8 mills. As long as he would have had the market hotkey, I think this would be a better situation for him.
True.
Ooh, chemistry for Vinch. Oh, this is bad news for ACCM. Japanese do not get access to bombard cannon. And so if chemistry comes in, Winchester can make bombard cannons.
Block printing is in. These monks are going to have mega range, but he used up all the faith on one of them. Only one monk converting. He has one war wagon to speak of after those conversions. And the trebuchet is now going forward, and they just have to sit at such an awkward position to be able to snipe this castle. But more monk technology is coming in from ACCM. He knows the bombard cannon switch is incoming from Winchester, and he wants to be able to convert them.
Also, what sucks for Vinch is it's cramped up here. If he starts to lose some buildings, he's not going to have a lot of spaces on the decline on the other side to place buildings. So, I mean, this is definitely giving ACCM a great opportunity. He has 6 monks right now. He's now completely out of golds. He's about to have 8. I don't know, maybe spearmen here, maybe just anything that costs food and wood to accompany your monks would be good.
Yeah. I think towers, like, are actually not bad here from Vinch. Just because the monks will, if they get too far out of position, you add a couple towers in front of there, could be good to snipe them down. He's going to get 1 war wagon there. Also, towers to support your bombard cannons once you get them on the field.
Honestly, wouldn't it be a good move for Vinch to just drop a tower right next to his monastery right now? And then his bombard cannon could move forward freely?
Yep.
Maybe, right? This is tricky.
Bomber cannon's there. Bomber cannon is there. Bomber cannon is there. ACCM still not converting it. Bomber cannon is there.
ACCM. He sees it now, Dave.
He loses 2 trebs.
There's multiple. There's multiple. Can Vinch hold this? He's going to lose wagons. He doesn't lose a bombard cannon yet.
He's going to lose it here soon.
But the castle, Dave, if the castle goes down, it's definitely doable. He has to buy stone now. He's still running out. There's not many monks for ACCM. Convert.
What a crazy battle here. What a crazy battle. He's trying to convert the bombard cannon. The monk goes down. The wagons are trying to be converted. ACCM cannot sustain these losses. He has no gold. He has 0 on gold. He's got 3 gold in his bank right now. And the trebuchets are going to go down. He's selling everything now for more gold units, but all the trebs go down. Winchester is held. Winchester has held this hill position.
Wow. And Dave, right as Vinch ran out of stone again. Like look at their wood count right now. These guys have been focusing solely on the micro. Wow.
Oh
what
my
a ridiculous
goodness.
moment. And
Crazy hole.
Again, use the market and just keep trying because this is only going to get worse for you if you're ACCM.
Oh, I was wondering where the bombard cannon was from ACCM. It's hiding behind the war wagons. He did manage to get one, yeah. But how is he ever going to make this work? He needs to, feels like he needs something on Winchester's side of the map. Because this is going to be impossible to push across.
Vinch sold wood so he could afford another bombard cannon. So he kind of didn't have many miners out there at that time. Monastery will go down, but obviously ACCM, as he goes for it again, he's adding ranges in the back of his base. I think he just needs something more.
Honestly,
than just a few monks.
Make a transport, put the wagons inside, and send them across. You could be so annoying with those things.
Seriously.
You could be so annoying. The outpost doesn't even have a chance to think about being completed as it goes down. And the demo ship goes down to a treb, which I don't think I've ever seen before.
Oh, God. And he needs those vills to repair. Keep in mind, you do need gold to repair trebs, so this is kind of a big deal. And, conversion? Maybe?
Bomber cannon conversion. He gets it. He gets it. Immediately snipes a wagon and tries to run away. He cannot get away, though, and the treb is still being repaired, and he needs to sell resources to get gold to repair.
Ah, it sucks so much. And just a few crossbows here. Just anything. As another bomber cannon gets sniped. But yeah, now you have Bracer on the way. Winchester's going to be making crossbows.
Yep.
And now the monks won't do it. Now you're out of gold. Now skirms are coming out, but even then, you've got to get the upgrades, and Vinch can just make bombard cannons.
Yep.
Woo!
I mean, behind this, I have to give credit to ACCM for having the Vil lead somehow.
Yeah.
Winchester went for the 4 TCs really early. ACCM gradually added them. And he's got a good eco behind this, but once again, no gold.
Yeah.
No gold.
Dave, it's, again, a situation where I think that someone like Duity, if he was here, would have transported.
Yep.
Like, there's so many exposed areas of Winchester's base, and the best way to keep Winchester distracted in the middle is show up to his base. And it might be too little too late now, but I would have loved to have seen any transport from ACCM in this game, whether it was knights in the early stages or even just some archer ranges right now.
Yep. He's still fighting. And he almost made that push work. He almost, if that castle goes down, suddenly it's a brand new game there, right? The castle and the keep if they fall, but there's a second castle for Winchester on the middle. And ACCM still pushing up the middle. Go somewhere else. Try something new.
I think when you're especially in high stress environments, it's hard for you to really branch out as we see a massive shot, and this is just not. I know ARB isn't in yet, and I know you might even get a bombard cannon here, but this is just not gonna end up working well for you. Yeah. We might see a big demo though. He does have some stuff inside that dock, but it seems inevitable now that Winchester will take the next game. Skirms I like. I don't even think unit comp with Monk Treb was an issue. It's more so you have to water, man. You know, try and ask some questions of Winchester apart from where Winchester already knows he's gonna be. And now Vinch just needs to relax. He doesn't want to overextend himself. ACCM is not going to call it for a bit.
I'm surprised Vinch hasn't gone for outposts along his own water.
I know.
You know, like nothing. It shows how focused they are as the demo ship gets sniped down by the Arbalists and the skirmishers come out again.
Yeah, or even towers, right? Like you could add towers there. But I think it's too late, right? At this point, if ACCM tries to transport, which he's actually doing, he's actually trying to transport out of one of his docks. I don't know which one. Vinch is already ahead, right? Like,
not this one. Don't send it to the arc.
Okay. Well, that goes down. But again, like, even if he gets units over there, at this point, Vinch is ahead, so Vinch can deal with it more easily.
I feel like ACCM made that transport just because he knew what we would be saying in the commentary. Just to screw with us, Tristan.
I believe it.
Sent it to the death.
Skirms do have good upgrades, but we're at a point now where you're not winning the game. You're delaying the inevitable conclusion here, and I think got to do something. So we're going to give him credit. He is going to make the transport on the right. There he goes. I like to see Vils, not units, but Vils, make some buildings over there. But I think this has to work the first time, because the second Winchester remembers, oh, that's a possibility, he's going to wall up, he's going to castle, he's going to tower those shorelines.
Yep. All right. ACCM still hanging on. His only gold source is in that monastery right there. Well, and that other building called the market to the right, but still holding on.
Light Cav coming in. Korean Light Cav, I think the worst in the game. Behind, like,
they do get Hussar,
maybe Malay.
Though. They do get Hussar.
That's what I meant to say. Korean Hussar are the worst Hussars in the game.
Yeah, they're pretty trash.
But it is still really good against skirms, so it's the proper unit here. But I actually have made an argument for Cavalier, to be honest. But maybe didn't want to waste the gold, because he could technically run out.
Okay, Vils are there.
Okay. He's obviously extremely focused right now, right? Like, he's still microing his skirms. He's trying to out-micro bomber cannons, which is a losing battle. Taking out bomber cannons, which is good. They're still not building anything there.
But 38 on gold for Winchester and 2,000 stone in the bank. Well, like, yeah, he can just go for keeps here. Yeah, perfect.
But if you think back to what the eco looked like for Vinch before he fully defended from that push, he did not have 40 farmers, right? Like, his food eco was not good. He could have been distracted. Now at this point, like, he can kind of go for whatever. And he's already in the base when the landing hits.
And there's a castle.
Buildings. Yeah, I like that. I would have loved to see a few more keeps, to be honest. You know? Drop some keeps in there. There's Korean Hussar for you. Definitely enough to back this up. Desperation Tower for ACCM.
And it's skirmishers over on Winchester's Island that ACCM is going for. I guess he doesn't have the res to really tech into anything else. It's only got the first armor upgrade for the cavalry. And he is going to attempt to raid, but it's just wishing and hoping at this point. And he calls the GG.
ACCM taps it. Yep. Well, Dave, we can't say it wasn't close there, because, man, it was.
Yep.
Winchester, who had the stone, who had the gold, was buying and selling resources like crazy. maybe close enough where if ACCM would have had one more Treb or one more Monk, one more of anything in that uphill push, he would have maybe taken
I
out the
think
castle, pushed up the hill.
it's just it was a mistake to build the forward buildings on
Yes.
the middle. It was a mistake to not go for a market earlier to get up.
Yes.
And I think it was a mistake to commit to that tower war too.
Yeah, I
In
agree.
the middle there, like you said, just go to the stone on your own island. But you also said this is a high pressure situation. You're playing in a tournament game, and your decision making just always isn't 100% on point.
I think so often if you're just 1 minute faster to some decision in a game, it can make all the difference. And as I look at the castle times, it was 25:03 for Vinch. It was 26:20 for ACCM. I think if he would have made the market when we discussed it, ACCM would have been up at like 24:30.
Yep. Oh, look at
Almost
that
2 minutes
exploration,
faster.
dude. Look at that exploration.
What? What?
That's
How
what
did
I'm
they
talking
both
about.
get 69.9.
That's what I'm talking. That is nice.
What? Is that real? I'm trying to look at it right now.
I guess
I
if
guess
you
I should
scout
trust
your own
capture
island
age.
and then scout a little bit of the shoreline of your enemy.
I mean, I haven't seen that before. That's crazy.
Nice, dude.
Nice. All right. Well, that's a sign. We always look for the signs. Game 1, we saw the deer and the relic.
Yep.
Here, I'm pretty sure we saw a sheep and a
Sheep
relic.
and a
There's been
relic,
a lot
yep.
of that. Yeah. So the next game's clearly going to be a good one, and it will be a pretty meta matchup, Dave. I've just seen the map, and I think at this point it should only be one map remaining for him, anyways. Compass for ACCM, as he needs to win, otherwise he's out. He's got Italians. He'll have the Malay, and then also the Goths as civilizations.
What did you think about that Goss pick earlier on
I was
Inundation?
so upset. I was like, yeah, I was just saying the entire time. I was like, if he loses this game and he then loses the series, we're gonna look back at this pick and it's gonna look awful. And yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I wasn't upset. I was hyped because content, you know?
Watching a guy get completely stomped because he picked a bad save isn't
Content.
content. No,
Elite
it's not.
Elite Jaguar Warrior is content as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, okay, that's true. We did get to see that unit.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to this, I guess. As ACCM lost with its Japanese, you look at Vinchester and ACCM civs, and it seems to me, and I've just confirmed it, that we are going to see their very first picks up against each other here.
Yep. And it's a meta
really like
matchup.
that.
And I'm ready to go whenever you are. I'm at 10 seconds.
Yep.
3,
We'll
2,
hold on. I'm not quite there yet. My bad.
7, 6, 5, 4,
No, hold
3,
on.
2, 10, 9,
Okay, you can
8,
just
7,
continue.
3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect.
All right, Compass, game number 4. This is a good set. This is a really good series here between these two. And we've got Chinese up against Italians. And I'm not going to lie to you, Tristan. I love the maps in this tournament. I think Compass is my least favorite.
I think it's produced it's produced amazing games, but it has done so less consistently.
Yep.
Right, and that's the issue with it. And when you look at high-level Age of Empires, there's a lot of players who can snowball one small moment into a victory, and this is the map. So ACCM picking this tells us that he believes that regardless of what civ is picked, granted civs matter, that he thinks that he can out-meta Winchester. And we haven't really seen a quote-unquote meta matchup. So far, players have just been going for a lot of water control. And Italians, Chinese, probably in the top couple civilizations that would be picked for this map. But Chinese, personally, my favorite.
Yeah, I think Chinese are just the strongest civ here. From what I've watched, next best is probably Italians. So we've got ourselves a good matchup, but getting those extra villagers early is just so important. You can already see it right now. 3 vills for ACCM, 6 villagers with 1 more in the queue from Vinchester. And he's gonna have a no loom Chinese start here. Immediately builds the house with 5 vills. Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah, and I think this is why certain players, at least the players who really put a lot of time and thought into training and practicing, I would say specifically GL probably
Yep.
does the best at that as a team. They're either picking Chinese or they're banning Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
So the way the drafts work is you get global ban, and then the lowest seed gets the first pick. And so I have not seen a GL player have to face up against Chinese yet. They're either globally banning it because of their draft position, because they know the opportunity will be there for the opponent, or they're picking it first. So I think that tells us an awful lot about Chinese.
Yeah, and it's even getting Loom right now. I mean, it's 6 villagers for ACCM, and it's 9 villagers for Vinchester, both with a third fishing ship on the way. So economy already firing here. For Vinch, of course, the Italian fishing ships are a little bit cheaper. And the ships and the technologies are a little bit cheaper as well. As ACCM is wandering around with the transport ship, the llama is guiding the way. He's trying to scout out more of those herdables. They're so important here to give yourself some vision.
Yeah, I guess talking about civs before we get down to the likely early feudal pressure here. For 3 straight rounds, we have banned out the most picked civilizations.
Mm-hmm.
So after the first round, it was Spanish. Second was Malians. Third, it was Persians. Now, we only have 8 best of 5s this round, and it is very likely that we will have civs tied for the most played. I could be wrong, but either we ban out one more time, the most played civilization from this round, moving on to the final weekend, or if it's tied, we have however many are tied, and then we randomize it. So I'm like really pumped because I think Mongols, Chinese, Italians, maybe Lithuanians.
Yeah, maybe Lithuanians. Yeah, true.
Yeah, so it's fascinating because come the final weekend, we don't do that anymore. We just have a standard draft with one global ban.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, if let's say you're someone like Viper, who is heavily favored against his opponent, you could ban the civ that you don't want banned due to that rule going forward. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And just not have it played, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask Krazzini about that, but Chinese might be gone.
All right, so Winchester has pretty good exploration on the different areas. He still hasn't found ACCM's TC. And he knows where the dock is, and he could, I mean, suspect that the town center is over on the right because he doesn't see anything to the south, but he hasn't confirmed it yet.
Yeah. Typically, the closest land to your island is where you go. But as you said, you need to confirm that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, he's kind of scouting with a pig. And yeah, you've got the boar for ACCM, and it will not cooperate.
All right, Winchester is already on the way up to Feudal Age. And ACCM just now bringing that boar. But he's clicking up. Cheaper Italian cost up to the next stage. Really coming in clutch there. And Winchester took the boar really early. ACCM is choosing to take it on the way up to the Feudal Age, which is a little bit weird for me.
Also, can he... Okay, I was a little worried.
He's not even going to get the food from it. He's just going to kill it.
He's going to save the rest for later? What?
Mama pig and baby pig underneath the TC here. What's going on?
Yeah, that's... We're sorry, folks. This is a graphic image. Hopefully it doesn't affect your mental state going on
Weird
the rest
flex,
of the weekend.
but okay.
This is...
True.
Well, I was thinking that he could have just taken the berries. If you look at the berries for Winchester, it's kind of awkward to take till he chops through the trees, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. Something to keep an eye on as we have 3 docks for Winchester. He will be faster than the Italian player who has it cheaper to go up. They both made a bunch of fishing ships here. We've seen 4 a lot be the standard, 5 a lot, but 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
No third dock yet for ACCM.
And he goes, Vinch goes galley? Vinch goes galley with this. It's up a lot faster and he goes galley. This is an opportunity for ACCM to kind of regain some ground here. Even though he's later. I like the positioning from Winchester with the docks for galleys. You know, kind of moving them away, which gives you a point to gather. But I think they're still fairly close to the docks from ACCM. And if ACCM just kills a few of them early, this could snowball out of control.
I feel like I've just gone back and forth on this whole galley thing.
Yeah, me too.
But the I'd say the consistent outlook we've had is if you're faster to feudal, galleys can work.
Mm-hmm.
And if you match the amount of docks, so in this case 3 docks versus 3, you shouldn't get as overwhelmed. So there are some positives here for Vinch.
Okay, ACCM is going to run away with his fish. He's now going to be targeting the galleys from Winchester, and Winchester needs to run away. It's only 3 galleys there, 3 more in the queue, but Fletching is not in yet. And ACCM even bringing his transport ship maybe around to block these galleys and get his fire galleys some better hits. Boar is still untaken under his TC, just rotting away casually. He's got a demo ship out. What?
Fishing ships.
What is this demo
Don't like
from
the demo.
ACCM? Yeah, I don't like that at all.
And that, a lot of people might think, well, whatever, it's just one ship. But that is not only a ship that will likely just die, but in the time he was making that ship, it could have been a fire. So that is -1 demo if it doesn't do anything, of course. And then it also is -1 fire.
Yep.
Yep.
Kind of weird.
And now he's out of position. And oh, man. Yeah, Dave, it just... Like, I want to talk about the Civ bonuses and execution right now, but it just seems like Vinchester's with it.
Yep.
ACCM's struggling right now.
I've never seen someone repair a demolition ship before.
Yeah, guess
like, we need to get you patched up so you can go blow yourself up.
What if you hit the ship too hard with your hammer, man?
Yeah.
It's like, whoops. Well, the fire's find a decent spot right now. There's still no fletching, but they also could get trapped.
Yeah, and now he's after the fish, kind of. He's forcing Winchester back here, and he's forcing him into a corner, Tristan. There's going to be 2 fire galleys behind and 3 over here, but he needs to follow. Winchester is fine with the transport ship kind of baiting those fires away, and he's going to get fletching in time, and Winchester should be able to survive this.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. They both got about 9 on food. This is where you will start to think a bit more about the food income. Positives for ACCM is his fishing ships have been working this entire time.
Yep. And Demo Raft coming in!
No way.
No
way, please.
You got a fish.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. I don't know, man. Like, do you remember that game between Tato and Project Belgium, which was so good on this map?
Yep.
Where the galley player actually lost all their fish?
Mm-hmm.
Even there, the galleys ended up doing some pretty good things in later stages.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you options, right, for map control, which is great. Yeah. But the early fishing advantage still has to go to ACCM here, like you mentioned before. Winchester is only on 4 fishing ships still, and they've been idle for a while. So the economy for ACCM looking slightly better. Winchester's still 1 villager ahead because of Chinese. But he's got that massive galleys. Here? It's dangerous. What would you love to see?
Well, the sneak villager, right, is making archers. But I'm going to say something that is completely against what I've said before, which maybe will make people believe nothing I say in the future. But I think going in with 2 archers, no fletching is actually fine here. Because you want to... I've seen too many instances where players wait too long, and then the player who's won water just buys their way up to Castle Age and is fine.
Yep.
So, like, take them off of gold, pressure as soon as possible, and
also,
make Winchester do something else.
The thing with galleys is they're strong against fire galleys if you have them in mass, but only if you're paying attention to them.
Yeah, true.
If you take your eye off them, your fire galleys can then zoom in and start doing damage. As the fish from ACCM finally going down, and he's going to hide these other 4. Winchester will check here. He might actually turn around. I don't know if he spotted these. Coming back here. Yeah, he's going to wipe all of these up. Nice pick from Winchester. But
look
still,
at the outpost for Winchester. Sorry, Dave. So he knows that this might happen, but he doesn't see anything over there. So there's potential for ACCM.
Yep. And the fish from Winchester being hit at the same time by ACCM. So he took out another fishing ship. He might be able to get 1 more here. Yeah, he gets 1 more. Gets a 3rd.
That's really good.
And gets a 4th maybe with the fire galley. No, that'll escape. But still, that's pretty decent.
I guess the main thing is, does the archer rush do something?
Oh, he sees the other range. He sees the other range. You need to go now. You need to go now. Now.
You remember the game from Tato where he constantly would have 1 building, like that stable.
Yep.
1 dock, just something get a lot of value. I get wanting to get a lot of numbers before you attack. I actually think, like, going in now would do so much. Vinch would have to add a barrack so that he could then add a stable. Winchester could be off gold. He still hasn't reacted, excuse me. He might have to tower. Come on, ACCM, go in. my friend. Go in. It looks like he might do so now, Dave.
Yep.
But he didn't take another boar. But the boar's still on his island. He's a little late to the
Well, I mean,
food
why
incoming.
would he?
He's
He didn't
also
take
late
the
to
first
market.
one.
True. He did actually. I checked. He had like 100 food left when he took it.
All right. Well, the tower's there from Winchester. ACCM still not up. Adding more archers, and he's going to be a little bit annoying here, but Winchester will have plenty of options once he gets the castle age.
Well, I'd say the issue right now for Vinchester is he doesn't have a barracks yet. So he's going to have to go barracks.
He'll need to go siege workshop
And then he'll
here,
need
right?
to go stable.
No, he goes stable,
if he
right?
wants
He had a
knights.
barracks. It's part of the wall.
Did he? Oh, I'm sorry. I'd missed that. Okay, so that's not too bad then. If
Yes.
ACCM was up right now, Dave, if he was up right now, this is fine. But the fact he hasn't clicked yet is really, really bad.
Yeah, I think what's good for him is his TC can't be ranged by all the war galleys. So hopefully he makes it up safely. He's actually looped
Yeah.
2 archers around behind. So he might be able to get a villager here before the night comes out from Winchester. But still, it's going to be really brutal here for ACCM. He just needs to get up to Castle Age. He gets 1 villager there. And he's building up his archers on the other side. But he has lost water control. And now the war galleys are going to be able to range his farming economy. I say farming economy as if it isn't only 4 farms.
Well, on the flip side of that, Dave, Finch has 6 on food. So yeah, he got 1 knight, but he can't get armor. There's now a sneak villager on his side. He doesn't have a lot of fish. He's adding them.
I've never seen someone wall this way in Compass. You know, like wall
Right?
up the back corner of your island.
It's
kinda
good that he
weird.
did, though, because these archers could have continued to push and pressure.
Yep.
And imagine if these become crossbow. They could actually range the gold as well. So maybe you're right, Dave. Maybe siege would have made sense for Winchester. I just hope ACCM doesn't call it, because right now the score is heavily inflated due to the water.
If he didn't call it last game, he's not going to call it here.
Oh, God, but the knight, that's so smart from Vinch. He brought the knight over. And that knight, there's no army here. So it can't even...
Yeah, and he's
killed
not
off
even in
by
Castle
anything.
Age, so he can't even go for a monk or anything. But there
Monks.
is a barracks at home. He didn't make
That's
the
true.
barracks forward. So the spearmen should be able to counter that now. And or a couple spearmen, that is. And if he finishes the wall there, maybe no more knights coming this way. He's still pressuring with the archers, still trying to get in. Winchester forcing to make more house walls back there. And he should be Castle Age in 10 seconds here.
Vinch also lost a villager walling this. So Eco KD is 9 to 8 right now. And Vinchester's correcting his food problem by adding some fish, which obviously helps.
Good hits with the spearmen on the night. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That helps a
true.
lot.
And no bloodlines, no armor. I think 3 spearmen. Oh, good micro from Vinch. Take it back. Look at Vinch being a nerd, getting some value from the knights. I'm just excited about these crossbows right now, because those crossbows are going to be so annoying. Winchester will be pushed off of that gold.
Winchester has actually gone onto gold on the left island. Really smart move.
Oh, that's huge.
He's got so many vills over there, so he doesn't even care if he's pushed off the gold. ACCM going for a second TC on his own island, but Winchester, of course, with the water control, will have 8
More
fishing
crossbows,
ships.
Dave. 4
Oh
villagers
my
died.
goodness! Where did they come from?
Looped in from the ranges, and now Vinchester's just abandoning his main base, as the wood line could get hit, will get hit, and wow, this is amazing play.
there's no-
ACCM is still in this.
There's no wood for siege. He has to buy himself some wood. More villagers go down. 2 more vills go down on the wood line, Tristan.
Dude, this is doable. I'm telling you, the score is crazy. You see the water. I guess his TC is still going to go down. There's a lot of reasons to maybe not have hope if you're ACCM. But after you kill, what was it, 10 villagers over the last couple minutes,
Yeah.
you can do this.
Sounds like a motivational speech. Like, you can do it.
You can do it.
Starting TC going down from ACCM, and now there's T90 farms in the middle of nothing. And more villagers die on the walls here, maybe, from Winchester.
Oh, he's reacting to losing a vill at his base. Now he reacts. Now he's firing. This is, dude, they have to do so much right now.
Yep.
This is an amazing game.
Magano coming forward for these crossbows at the front. ACCM needs to notice it. Oh, he pulls away just in time. That's and they're both expanding now to the south. Winchester has an outpost down there. ACCM has a TC down there. This game is going to go for a little while longer here, folks.
This is what I mentioned, right? Like, this map is so tough to play, and almost always one person wins water. But you can make things happen, and I've been impressed with how ACCM has dealt with this. I still have eco concerns for him. You know, he's got a farm and all that. He's even got a, I guess you mentioned it, the T90 farm, the farmer that used to have a drop-off site.
Yep.
But if he can get Siege Monk continually punishing Vinchester's starting island as he's killing more vills with
killed
crossbows.
more vills, yeah. It's 41 vills against 43. Like, it's really close. And now there's a mangonel here from from ACCM. Winchester with a good attack ground there. ACCM, though, with a villager to repair. And he's going to be idled off that gold once more. This is kind of crazy. I love the way that Winchester has placed war galleys around the island from ACCM to prevent him from leaving. And I love the way that he's made a siege workshop in the south to clear up these vills in the south, to just keep ACCM on that island. He's also gone for another TC over on the left-hand side.
Oh, big deal. Repair villager just went down for ACCM. That will be really helpful in the siege battles. But Dave, how do you have the resources to do everything you want right now? Vinch has all these TCs, and then he's got double siege workshop he needs to produce from.
Yep.
It's very possible he will under or over make on one side. So I would love to see ACCM make some outposts. He needs to know that siege could come in from Vinchester in the south.
Oh, he's going for a mill there. He's looking for food.
Yeah, that he needs an outpost. He just battered down an outpost. I feel like outpost is clear in that situation.
That was an amazing attack round from ACCM, almost taking the mangonel on the top from Vinchester, almost taking another one. Both these players on point. They're paying attention to so many different areas right now.
Remember, no repairs for ACCM, right? You're seeing Vinchester repairing. The weak ones have to get value because they will not be healed up. And there's a 1-for-1. 18 on food versus 16 on food. 49 eco versus 61. This is really close right now.
He still hasn't even started on that TC on the left, Vinchester. I think he forgot about it. I don't know where the vills were coming from.
Maybe the vills that were going to build the lumber camp were originally going there. I don't
know. It's a lot of waste. Okay, now he's building it with those vills. He realizes.
Wait. Where are the villagers going in the north of Vinchester's base? What the? Where did he click them?
I don't know, but there's crossbows in the archer ranges. If ACCM notices this, it's a lot of free villager kills. And look at this. Suddenly, Tristan, it's 3 mangonels against none.
No way.
It's 3 against none.
You know why? Because they were both focused in the south. There's so many different areas they're looking at. ACCM took losses down there. And here come the crossbows.
The stone villagers. Oh my goodness.
Please, big shot here, Winchester. You can get one. And yeah, the stone miners have to run, and he does fire. It's a 1-for-1, but now the knight's there. What is happening? This is amazing.
The mangonel goes down. Winchester takes it out. The villagers are still in the north. ACCM has not noticed those. Meanwhile, in the south, we have a mangonel attacking the TC. 2 knights being created here from ACCM. He needs to save those villagers against the war galleys. He's still... Oh, there was a big shot there on the crossbows. Oh, my God.
Oh, Dave, and the villagers are trying to get Hunt in the south, but they did not know the Navy's there. So with that shot, as the crossbows now go over to the other side, which has no defense, Winchester has to make Siege Workshop number 3, and even that won't save him just yet. This is ridiculous.
I'll have to come back with the timeline at the end of the game to that shot. 34 minutes. We'll remember that one, right, Tristan? Because you can't blame us for looking other places as he manages to clear up the mangonel and the knight, and now it's ACCM's turn to be a little bit aggressive in the south, and he's still pushing in the west here. There's no siege yet from Vinchester. He doesn't have the wood. This is absolutely crazy.
I love this map. Like, again, this is the potential, right? All the water's been forgotten. The fishing ships, of course, are still kind of working. ACCM, what he does have going for him right now, obviously there's a lot of negatives, but he has 2 somewhat safe pieces of the pie, so to speak. Because he's cleared up the south. He's also got the west. And he is the one distracting Vinchester in the north. And now also, you can see him over here.
He did.
I guess, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
The villagers were there for so long, and he never noticed them. And he still has crossbows in his archer ranges. He had a mangonel in his siege workshop. Those, 6 villagers were just sitting there. Could have been easily picked off. That didn't happen. Knights are coming around for the scorpions now.
And bring a vill. Bring a vill, and you know what to do. You've done it before. I think a monastery would make sense. I think a siege workshop would make sense.
Yep. Oh, that
Just
knight was
pressure
really
this.
weak. Wow. It went down to one
Yeah.
scorpion bolt.
Yeah, he was like,
Oh
1
my
HP there,
goodness.
Dave.
Winchester manages to take out the knight in exchange for
That
just
was
one
nice.
scorpion. That was really nice. And Winchester, if he pays attention, can actually bring some navy over here to prevent ACCM from running around too much. Things have kind of settled down over here. The top island is still contested a little bit, although not so much military there from ACCM now. And Winchester is sending villagers over to ACCM's island. He's going to go for a castle from that 1 HP transport ship.
1 HP.
And
transport
ACCM
ship,
is looking
5
for a castle too. Look, he's got 700 stone too.
Wait, but he thought twice about it. He's like, nah, I won't castle there. What if he sees this one?
What if he sees the castle from Winchester?
Yeah.
And then
Just
he's
drops
able
his
to deny
own.
it. Oh my goodness. Winchester, what are you doing? He's dropping the castle. And he puts it more forward. ACCM
Dave.
cannot see that.
No, and ACCM wants to drop his castle on the other side, but I don't think that will work. Actually, it could work because Winchester killed his own unit, and oh, the shot on the knight. Ah!
This is just...
What is happening,
yeah.
dude?
This is kind of nuts.
Oh, that castle, though, is so good for Vinch.
Yep. It's a risky
It's gonna
castle,
go
but it's going to
up.
pay off here. Another knight on the way from ACCM. He's still interested in making a castle over there. He's sending a monk now, too, which could deal with the camel. That's for another
Ridiculous.
outpost. He'll be able to see the siege. Trying to convert a fire ship with that monk. That monk will die, though. And the castle will soon be up here for Winchester. And he's going to be able to click up to Imperial Age soon. And ACCM is not close.
And there was a period here where Winchester has had more vills, but they weren't really working efficiently. Also, weird 1-for-1 there. And so that's why ACCM had a chance, because he was constantly making Winchester move around. But Winchester's been able to stabilize. He is going to get hit again in the north, though. Maybe that. I think ACCM needs to kill like 10 or 15 vills here to still have a chance. Like,
That's
this
a
army
really
right here.
This is a really tough decision for ACCM. Do you go for a castle defensively because you have nothing against this watchtower Chukanu push, or do you go for it aggressively? And he's gone for it aggressively. He's going to be pushing on this side. Winchester, instead of going up to Imperial Age, is investing in Castle Age technologies right now. This
Dude,
game is
they're both
nuts.
dying.
Actually nuts.
They're
Look
both
at the
kinda
mini
dying
map
right now.
Look at the mini map right now, folks. We have action
Also-
on all 4 islands.
Also, massive shot for Winchester on the left. I know we need to clarify. Knights went down for ACCM at the same time. Vinch tries to house wall out so he doesn't lose the siege.
The crossbows! They're in on the
crossbows
main
are in.
island! They're in on the main
crossbows
island of
are in.
Vinchester! Oh my god, that's so many villagers dead there.
And villagers are dying to the knights as well. And now, Winchester doesn't have a way to defend his TC, Dave.
Oh my
Excuse me,
God.
TCs on the left.
Yep.
Both of those TCs and like 80 villagers could die on the left side.
He's going for guard tower defense. He is going for guard tower defense here. He's desperately getting that technology. Look at the variety of units he has on the field right now. I think he's made everything but a trade cart at this point, and he's going for a tower in the middle of ACCM's eco. This game is absolutely insane. Oh my goodness, what is happening
Funnily enough,
here?
I think ACCM also needs guard tower defense. He garrisons his tower now, but guard tower would be huge for him as well. And if I'm not wrong, it's like cheaper, research is faster, or something weird with the Italians. Sorry, I forget right now. But like now you got a Mangonel in the north that's going to get focused down by a knight. The crossbows are going to deny the tower. Like,
Where do
this
we
is
look?
Insane.
There's literally action on every single island. There's a tower rush on ACCM's island. There's towers trying to push back the aggression from ACCM on Winchester's home island. Crossbows are there, though. And more crossbows on the way. There's a castle over to the west. And in the south, we still have a knight with a Scorpion garrison. And ACCM is expanding.
I like ACCM's TC in the south because I think that's his safest area right
Yeah.
now. But I also love his continued push in the west, right? He's taken out a TC. Imagine just a few crossbows as we see Vince dropping a tower right there in that corner. That would kill so much.
Yep.
And now it kind of looks like Vince is going to take his island back.
Ram on ram violence up here? Ram on ram violence? And the Mangonel comes out and kills the ram? And there's crossbows there to somewhat protect the
No way.
the Mangonel. He's also got a knight there. He's still being annoying on this side. On his home island, Winchester is still wandering around with Chukanu. Still has a ram attacking the market On the western island, we've still got the castle position right there. Winchester
don't
has
even know where
managed
to
to
look.
hold on here. In the south, I think this is ACCM's advantage right here, is the southern island, where there's no harassment whatsoever, and he can kind of boom up a little bit. And we look at the villager counts right now. ACCM has the villager lead.
Telling you, if he can defend, and this is why I think guard tower is needed. If he can defend from these pushes, because it's about to get hot and heavy, he can hold. But Dave, I think he wants to go for a castle instead. With 900 stone, he's starting to lose everything in the east.
Yeah.
And he's going to drop a castle right there. There's rams there, ACCM.
Castle
There's
at
a guard
home.
tower.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's got a siege
Leave the
workshop.
house.
Oh, it's a scorpion to deal with the Chukanu that are in the wood line, firmly behind here.
Oh, wall 'em
this
in.
little maze.
Wall him in. Oh, that castle's actually not bad because the Rams won't be able to take out the castle if the Vills are there.
Yeah.
Also on the other side, Vinchester microing against ACCM gets a 1-for-1.
In the north, it looks like the Knights are going to clear up the Rams. The tower does go down, though, and more villagers fall for Winchester. It's just the south that I'm looking at, Tristan. Everything is crazy except for the south. It's nice and peaceful there, and Vinch is the first player to click up to Imperial Age, and Vinch still has that forward castle.
Yup. And this is where, if you don't have Rams coming out right now, if you're ACCM, you could have some big problems. And it is doable, right? Because Vinch doesn't actually have any army support of that castle.
I mean, he's got a ram in the west.
Yeah, I see that.
And another
see
castle here from Winchester. Oh,
this is
jeez. This
perfect.
is going to be really good for the Russian.
Yeah, if he gets that castle up, he can then gain a foothold on both sides. In the north, he's pretty much cleared it up now, Dave. I love the Knight Edition. Again, ACCM's chance now is if he senses this. And it's kind of hard to know that the opponent's score is dipped when they've clicked up to Imp when they've been ahead by so much.
Yep.
But again, that score doesn't feel like it has described this game. It feels like maybe 1,000 score lead for Winchester would make sense, but I'm not sure about 2,500, 3,000.
This is how we envision this map unfolding.
Oh, it's so
in our
good.
wildest dreams. Like, it's
so
so good.
The only thing that's sad about this is that ACCM has played so well to bring it back.
Yep.
And unfortunately, if he loses this, and he might, that he's out of the tourney. Because it felt like he started to figure out some of those things that he could do differently.
No way Winchester is going to castle the south. He just transported villagers over there, and he's going to go for a forward castle on that. ACCM noticing right away, goes for a castle of his own. That castle's not going up, Vinch. I'm sorry.
Vinch won't mind seeing another castle going up for the enemy, if he even notices it. Because he'll have Trebs. He'll have Trebs. I love how Vinch has controlled every crossing, Dave. Because he genuinely needed to control every crossing in this game. He's still got Navy in every little area. Yeah, that castle will get denied here. But he can make Trebs now. There's no Rams. Well, there is a Ram somewhere for ACCM. It's on the west still.
He loads back into the transport ship and leaves. And ACCM is thinking about going up to Imp now.
You know how you told me, you moved around a bit growing up?
Yeah.
A lot of different areas. I feel like this is probably what your life was like, man. Just all over the place.
What do you think? I'm dropping castles in different parts of Canada? What the hell?
I mean, you've experienced a lot per our conversation, so who knows?
What are you talking about? I haven't made enemies everywhere I've lived.
That's a surprise, actually. No, I'm kidding.
Imperial on the way from
he's on the
ACCM.
way.
And he's got
Which
116 villagers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which TC? Oh, it's the one
in
on
the
his home
east.
island. It's at the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Second castle from Winchester with only 3 villagers this time.
What? I mean, it looks silly, but he has the game sense to know that there's no military for ACCM over here.
Well, Genoese
And he's going to
Expo,
treb
maybe.
on both sides.
Yep. The Knights really didn't do much against that TC in the south. They fall.
Yeah.
No damage there. And ACCM is now leaving the castle in the west. It's going to fall, and he's going to go in with a ram first to soak the damage, and then Genoese Expo behind to try and do some extra damage to Winchester's economy. But Winchester is now up to 124 villagers, and now he gets gill nets.
Yeah, that's a great timing on that upgrade. Um, Dave, I feel like if I was ACCM, I would get super housed right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose probably 3 castles. I know he's made a lot of houses, but it does feel like losing that many castles would lead to losing pop space, and he so badly needs pop space right now because he needs military. And I think we're seeing a player fight on simply because they know this will be their final game.
He's taking out the guard tower in the west. Winchester hasn't noticed that yet, so he's going to lose a lot of villagers. That's great for ACCM, but he's still losing villagers on his home island. He's now going into infantry upgrades here, so he's going to go condottiero. Try and make that work. Where's the food eco for him, though?
This has me excited for some Wandering Squire's Compass, you know? like imagine the amount of rebooms a mid-elo or low-elo player could do in this map.
True. Actually true, just ratting it out in the corner somewhere.
Yep. Oh, God. Well, somehow Vinchester's made it work. He's got trebs everywhere he needs. He's rolled the trebs down to the south. He'll take that castle out, and as ACCM tries to hold in the east, which probably won't happen, he's going to lose the south, and this is all falling apart. Vinch is 144 vills. He's got 35 on every resource except stone.
Yep.
This is sick.
Yeah, Vinch has firm control, soon to be firm control over 3 islands now.
Yeah.
And semi-control over ACCM's home base. It was a great performance from ACCM to stay in it, drag himself, claw himself back into it, but I think he's realizing now, as he says, GG, well played, good luck next, that he's going down. And Winchester goes into the next round. Wow. ACCM, what a performance there. Honestly,
that was so good.
The best Compass game we've seen by far.
And I don't think, like, after someone goes out, it's common for us to be like, well, they could have done this different in this game. I honestly don't think this is the game, right? Like, it was messy, but there's no way that anyone is able to play this type of a game flawlessly, except for Vinch, apparently, because holy crap. But, like, I look back to the Golden Hill game when I think about the series as a whole. The market conversation we had, all the things we mentioned there could have led to ACCM getting the victory. If Vinch wins this game, we go to a game 5, and then it's a big fight. But Winchester just more consistent, I think, Dave, over the course of a whole series.
Yeah, and Vinch, I mean, if ACCM is like top 10 in the world currently, or somewhere around there, I would have Winchester. I think I made a list the other day, and I had him at number 5, I think.
He's looking really
He's
strong.
that strong, yeah. He's a top contender here. He's one of the favorites for the tournament for me, and this just further reinforces that. Really, really great player. He was actually getting elite Chukanu. Wow.
And eco's just everywhere.
Yeah, crazy to be able to adapt like this to all the pressure and to be able to, keep your eco alive. We saw him losing villagers early, but he kept the fishing eco going. He kept the villagers producing for more TCs, and fantastic stuff.
Look at their military APM, the ending screen. Like, they had to move so much military in that game. Oh my word, it's crazy. And the thing about that APM, guys, is it's not them controlling one army, which I think would actually boost your APM score a bit. It's actually them toggling through like however many control groups they have and micring at various points.
Oh, there it is. The last one. Oh my god.
Yeah. Also, Dave, you can see at 34 minutes the point we mentioned with the military, that big drop off for ACCM. He obviously had reward for the attacks, but that one big mango shot.
Yep.
If he was able to get that whole crossbow army to the west side, the left side, I think that he could have done more damage than he did.
Actually, going back to watch that. Oh, it was a delete shot. Oh my. Oh, make it stop, Winchester.
So Vinch moves on. ACCM. I think he can be proud with his performance, but obviously,
he's expecting more.
Wanted to take that one.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's expecting to go.
It's the round of 16 now, so time for the big boys and girls to go home at this point.